A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friend and cousin tonight, Mr. Cole Smith. Cole, good to have you in the broadcast booth tonight.
Yes, sir.
So excited to have Cole up here as Galen Welnicki, our well wishes are with Mr. Welnicki. Galen, thoughts and prayers go out to you. I know Galen's been battling a sickness. He's not going to be able to be here, hopefully able to go home this weekend, but did want to send our well wishes, thoughts and prayers to you, Mr. Welnicki. I know that you're listening this afternoon. Well, tonight, friends, it is the Georgetown Eagles here on their home field at Georgetown High School hosting the Brenham Cubs. Very good setup here in 19-5A. Georgetown finished the season on 16-0 in district play, and they are looking to continue their momentum and their role here into the playoffs. As we continue to bring things in, we will have a special guest come into this broadcast once we get rolling here in just a little bit. Will be Mr. Matt Leishman. Matt is going to call in and speak with us about some things that are going on as well. So we're excited to have Matt on the broadcast as we move forward here. Again, Georgetown tonight on the home field here at Georgetown High School. A beautiful evening for baseball here in Central Texas, and it should be set for a good one as we will now bring in, and I know that we're kind of getting things started here, but I wanted to make sure that we get Matt in here. And give us 1 second as we are still trying to get things set up. Apologize for that. Matt, are you there?
I'm here, Rob.
Well, we're now joined by Mr. Matt Leishman. Matt, good to have you on the broadcast this afternoon. You know, Georgetown here, this first game of a 3-game series. Hopefully it'll just be 2 games, but the best of 3 games. Georgetown tonight hosting the Brenham Cubs here at Georgetown High School for Game 1. Game 2 and 3, if necessary, will be at Blinn Junior College on Saturday. But, Matt, it's a good one here. Georgetown's never played Brenham. I know you've kept up with them all season. You were my broadcast partner for a long time, but tell us about your thoughts so far on the season and some feedback about what's going on.
Well, the whole thing for me, Rob, right now is that Georgetown's on a 19-game winning streak, and that may add a little pressure going into the playoffs because that's, quite a school record that they've set right there, going 19 straight wins. So that, it's a little different maybe in the pros than it is in high school to be feeling the pressure of a long winning streak, but I think Game 1's crucial. I mean, we saw last year Georgetown beat Tomball in Game 1, but could not hold that momentum and lost Game 2 and 3. But you're at home tonight, and they played so well at home all year. They've got to come out tonight and take Game 1 and put the pressure on the Cubs.
Well, Matt, you couldn't have said it any better. You talked about 19 games in a row now for the Georgetown Eagles. They are looking sharp, and this is a team that has showed improvement all throughout the season. This has been a year, Matt. I know that you've joined us or listened in to a lot of broadcasts, watched a lot of broadcasts. Of course, this one here tonight, audio only per UIL rules in the playoffs. But, we've almost named every kid on the team as the SHN Sports Georgetown Player of the Game. It's been that kind of season, and we're not one to call, to give awards just to give awards. We do it in legitimacy. And this has been a Georgetown team that all of these young athletes have been deserving of that award this season.
I agree with you, Rob, and I appreciate the chance to, kind of still keep tabs on and keep touch with SHN because I enjoyed my time there so much, 3 years with you. And I agree. I mean, I talked about the last time we talked, the team chemistry on this baseball team is off the charts. I think that's one of their biggest strengths. You've had different guys step up all year long, whether it be hitting or pitching or defensively. And, I just think that may be the thing that carries them to a long playoff run. We'll definitely have to see. As I said, it's just crucial to get this Game 1 tonight. And, Rob, also one thing I wanted to mention is if Georgetown falls behind, they've had so much success in the past 2 months. I mean, they haven't lost a game in nearly 2 months. If they do fall behind in tonight's game, they can't panic. Just stay with their game, play it by inning, and they'll be fine. They haven't faced a lot of adversity lately, but Georgetown, it's a key to get Game 1 and put the pressure on Brenham as they head over to Blinn.
Well, Matt, we talk about a Brenham Cub team that Georgetown has never played in the playoffs. They did play, and they continue to play Brenham every year in the Brenham tournament. They won that game this year 1-0. So this is a team that plays solid defense. They finished 4th in District 25A. But Brenham is a team that wants to come in here tonight and cause an upset, because then that forces the pressure on Georgetown Saturday.
Exactly, Robin. What I've been able to gather about Brenham, doing just a little bit of research online, is that this Cubs team has 19 wins against 11 losses. I guess they do have a tie as well in those 31 games they played. But, Rob, we know Georgetown's won 19 straight. Brenham has only won 4 of their last 9 games, including a loss to Tomball Memorial the other night in a seeding game that dropped them into the 4th seed, which meant they'd have to play the District 19-5A champion Georgetown Eagles. So Brenham definitely not coming in hot like we saw Tomball last year. I know that we were kind of thinking Georgetown might be favored in that Tomball series, but Tomball was just red hot at the time and took Georgetown out. But Brenham not playing that great right now, so we'll see if Georgetown can take advantage in Game 1.
Well, I think it's going to be a game here tonight that Georgetown definitely has got to come out. They've got to swing the bats early. They've got to knock some balls around here at Georgetown Eagle Field. Matt, before we let you go, any final closing remarks from you? We've got a little bit of time here, so feel free to provide any other insight that you wish.
Well, Rob, just as I mentioned, Brenham at 4-5 in those last 9, and looking up and down the roster, very odd situation. A lot of seniors and a lot of sophomores, like not a lot of freshmen or juniors on this varsity Brenham Cubs team. So they've got a lot of senior leadership, and you would expect those kids to kind of be used to pressure situations like they're going to face tonight. I would imagine Grayson Smith is probably going to be starting for Georgetown, although I can't confirm that.
Well, I will confirm that with you. That is exactly who is starting for the Georgetown Eagles. So you've got that on the money, my friend.
Thanks, Rob. I would think so. That's the ace. I mean, there's several great pitchers on that Georgetown staff. We know that when you've won as many games as they have, and especially consecutively. But Grayson Smith got to go out there, just pitch the kind of ball he's been pitching all year. I mean, he's been money coming up to varsity this year. And I think, he's the guy you want out there to get that crucial Game 1 victory. And I expect Georgetown to come out and do what they've been doing and take that win tonight. I wanted to say before I let you go and get going on this one, I'll be rooting for the Eagles. We tried not to be too biased on our broadcast, but I'm going to be biased rooting for Georgetown from here because, Rob, I honestly think this is the 3rd year SHN has done Georgetown Eagle baseball. I think this team is most well-suited for a very long playoff run, and we know the season right before we came on the air with Georgetown baseball, they went to the state finals in 5A. So this could be something similar, and hopefully it will be for the Georgetown Eagles. Appreciate it.
Excuse me. Well, Matt, as always, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us here on the pregame, and appreciate all your support throughout the season. There from Arizona, Matt Leshman, we appreciate you, partner.
Thanks, Rob.
So once again, that was Matt Leshman joining us for the pregame here on Georgetown Eagle Baseball as we set the field for you tonight. Of course, as we talked about earlier, this game an audio-only broadcast, so we'll try to visualize it and bring it right into your living room, your car, wherever you may be this evening. I'm Rob Hipp, providing play-by-play this evening. Cole Smith will be here providing color. Nathan Hipp producing for us. Under partly cloudy skies here at Georgetown High School, the temperature 83 degrees. A high humidity around 67%. There's a little stickiness in the air this afternoon. The winds southeast 9, gusting to 20 miles an hour. There is a 50% chance of rain, but that should come after this game. And then tomorrow, a chance of possibly severe storms. That at 90% in the forecast. Well, Cole, I know that you've helped us throughout the year on cameras. With Galen being out, I wanted to have someone in here to sit next to me. And, again, appreciate you being here tonight, partner.
Oh, same as well. This is probably one of the weirdest things I've done yet. But, as a director and producer, you usually don't supposed to hear my voice. I usually sit behind the monitor and make sure the cameras are at a good angle. So this is definitely a new thing to me.
Well, Cole, appreciate you.
Very excited, though.
Absolutely. Appreciate you being up here tonight. Well, of course, let's quickly go over that Brenham Cubs starting lineup. The catcher tonight in that first position, number 15, Pierce Weiss. Batting second, the third baseman, number 12, Carson Drain. Batting third, the pitcher, number 27, Eric Wellman. The designated hitter cleaning up tonight, number 22, Colton Burrow. The shortstop, in the fifth order, number 3, Jake Olson. In the sixth batting order, the second baseman, number 5, Chris Kubetska. Batting in the final three, the seventh spot, the center fielder, number 13, Rylan Heritage. The right fielder, number 20, Garrison Weiss. And the left fielder, last but not least, number 19, John Dickshot. For the Georgetown Eagles, leading off will be the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. Batting second, the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress. The third order, the first baseman, number 23, Cole Moore. Cleaning up, the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neitch. Batting fifth, the third baseman for Georgetown, number 7, Jeffrey David. The sixth spot, the designated hitter, number 13, Logan Drake. Left field, batting seventh, number 25, Hunter Savarese. Eighth in the order, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. And last but not least, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seaback. Of course, Adam Foster, the head coach of the Georgetown Eagles here, the 19-5A champions, 16-0 in the season. They finished off undefeated in 19-5A, an overall record of 25-7-1. This is a Georgetown Eagle team that has never played the Brenham Cubs in the playoffs. However, they do play them throughout the tournament season. We're going to send it over real quick to Dennis Alman, the public address announcer, as we honor tonight with our country's national anthem. We'll be right back after this.
And the award-winning Eagle Fighting Band, Grayson Lane.
Well, a beautiful playing of our country's national anthem. As we were talking a while ago, Georgetown tonight set for a good one here at Georgetown High School. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Cole Smith. Thanks for joining us on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Georgetown tonight, as we talked about, a season so far that has saw them improve every step of the way, but tonight going to be a battle test versus this very tough and historically exceptional Brenham Cub team. As we talk about Brenham, they have been in the playoffs for 35 years in a row. And if you think about that, that is an unbelievable track record. And so you've got to give your hats off to Coach Lanny Williams, the head coach of the 25A Brenham Cubs. They tied for third, and they lost that tiebreaker. They finished up fourth in district play at 9-5, 20-10-1 overall, the record for the Brenham Cubs. And again, Lenny Williams has done a fantastic job here for Brenham. As we go over Georgetown tonight to, again, set the tone for you, we're here at Georgetown High School. The corners at 323, the power alleys at 385. And although we never got an official on center field, we've always been suggested to us that it was about 395 to 400 here at Georgetown High School. Under partly cloudy skies, the clouds are starting to roll in as the lights are already on here. The sun completely over the field here at Georgetown High School, and as the night goes on, the shadows will start to fill from third base over to center and eventually over to the right field side. Georgetown tonight in their classic pinstripe jerseys, white pants, and blue pinstripes. They're wearing the Georgetown Eagle blue socks, and they will wear their camouflaged United States hats that have the Georgetown logo on them. For the Brenham Clubs, they will be in green jerseys and green pants, their socks in green and white. They will wear green helmets, and the numbers outlined in green. There's also green on their shoulders. So beautiful colors here, easy to see numbers on both sides of the team. Cole, tonight, I don't think I may have to use my binoculars in this one.
No, I don't think so either. That is gray pants and gray jersey. with green lettering.
So good night here for Brenham as they set to things off here. And, of course, Georgetown on the mound first. The pitcher tonight is Matt Gistet, Houdini as we always called him, Matt Stradamus Gistet. Number 14, Grayson Smith on the mound for Georgetown. A right-handed pitcher for the Eagles. He stands with that right foot just to the right of the rubber, actually on the right side of the rubber. You've got to be on the rubber. You can't stand off of it. Leading off for the Brenham Cubs will be the catcher, number 15, Pierce Weiss. Unfortunately, no stats available for Brenham. We do have Georgetown statistics on the offensive end, so we'll be sure to bring those throughout the broadcast as we are just about to get underway here. The first pitch coming at 7:05 p.m. as Grayson winds up the right-handed delivery across the plate for a strike looking. Good start already, Cole, for Georgetown on that first pitch.
Oh, yeah, that pitch was beautiful, straight down the middle.
We'll set up the defense for you in just a few moments. The second delivery by Grayson on the mound as he looks down to his catcher, Wyatt Childress, behind the plate tonight. The right-handed delivery, this one too far to the outside, 1-1. As we've talked about, of course, Grayson Smith on the mound, Wyatt Childress behind home plate, first base Cole Moore, second base Luke Seaback, Jeffrey David at third base, Cole Posey the shortstop tonight for Georgetown. The third pitch on the way, and this one called a strike looking as well, in the count now 1-2.
Let's see how consistent he can be with those strikes.
It's been a pitcher for Georgetown that has been consistent throughout the season, and that's why he's on the mound tonight leading things for Georgetown in this first in the best of 3 games. Swing and a miss, struck him out for the first out. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 12, Carson Drain. Carson, a right-handed batter for the Brenham Cubs. And Grayson Smith will try to keep his magic alive. 3 pitches, 3 strikes to start things off. The fourth pitch here in just a few moments. From left to right for Georgetown, number 25, Hunter Savarese, number 6, Ryan Neitch at center field, and the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. Kicks up the left leg, the right-handed pitch. This one too far on the outside corner, 1-0. Grayson again. With a slight wind blowing here at Georgetown High School, this one grounds up to Grayson. He'll throw it over to Cole Moore on a little routine 1-3 put out for the second out. Bring up third in the order, the pitcher, number 27, Eric Wellman. So far we've seen 2 right-handed batters for Brenham. Now we will see a left-handed hitter, the third in the order. And we'll see how the right-handed pitch of Grayson Smith fares up against Eric Wellman, a left-handed hitter, Cole. As Grayson looks his way, the right-handed pitch on the way. This one too far outside. Look close on that corner, but they're not going to give it to him. 1-0. As we talk about Grayson Smith, 45.1 innings pitched this season. As the delivery on the way here, this one right across the plate, a strike looking to even the count at 1 apiece. He's played in 9 games, started in all 9 of those games. 5-2 record for Grayson Smith, allowed 33 hits, 19 runs. He struck out 33. He's only thrown 4 as hit by pitches. That brings him to not a bad season. This one's going to be laced out to right field for a base hit. So Wellman on a hit out to right field will get the first hit for Brenham tonight. And that will bring up the cleanup position, the designated hitter, number 22, Colton Burrow. Smith, just a little above 2.0 ERA. If you really want to look at the full numbers, 2.007. Not that it matters too much. Georgetown, a team that hasn't allowed a lot of base running this year, or a lot of runs, that is, this year. As they led district, they were one of 4 teams that scored over 100 runs throughout the season. He checks over to first base, keeping that base runner honest out there at first, is Wellman. Grayson Smith again trying to pick on a 1-3. The base runner safe. So his first two glances, instead of it being pitches, have went over to first base. And that's something Georgetown has done great throughout the season, is keep those base runners on base. They haven't allowed a whole lot of steals here, at least in district play. Grayson this time lets it fly and clips the corner on the outside as it came back in on an 0-1 count. Talk about Burrow here as he stands with right in the center of that box. Some of these batters will stand up close to the line. Burrow stands right in the center. Right-handed pitch on the way. This one too low as it grounds. Luckily, Childress able to get behind it. The count evens up at 1 apiece. So base runner on first is Eric Wellman, the pitcher, third in the order. And Burrow trying to put him into scoring position. We are at 2 outs, though, here on a 1-1 count. Right-handed delivery on the way. This one's going to hit foul. The first one behind the fence tonight, behind the Georgetown Eagle dugout. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, Wellman wants a steal, but he's being very cautious, only about 4 or 5 foot out from first.
Yeah, that's a good point because we see him starting to eke out, and that's why Grayson Smith keeps his eye over there over his left shoulder to Cole Moore, and he does it right then again, Cole. They're not going to let him get away.
He might not know Childress can throw.
Right-handed delivery this time, a little too high into the outside. 2-2, even count. Little Deuces Wild up there on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. In the top of the first inning, just underway, the first of this best of 3 game series, live tonight from Georgetown High School. And that is the 4th time, I believe, the 3rd or 4th, Cole, that Georgetown has tried to pick on a 1-3. The base runner's safe again. So you talked about it a while ago. Georgetown is really keeping an eye on Eric Wellman out there. Two-two delivery. This time too close inside. We've got a full count now. The first one of this game, 3-2. You know, Georgetown would love to leave that base runner stranded out there and get this strikeout to retire. Burrow trying to advance his runner into scoring position. Grayson with that staggered stance. This time a right hand grounds over. Comort is going to have it, and an unassisted tag at first will end the inning. So for Georgetown, a nice start here for the Eagles. They did allow 1 on, but no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base.
We'll head to the bottom half of the first inning.
We'll head to the bottom half of the first. Don't go anywhere, folks. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues after this.
Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
Welcome back to Georgetown High School. Rob Hipp alongside Cole Smith. Thanks for joining us for this first game in the bi-district playoffs. Live tonight from Georgetown High School. As we move to the bottom of the first, Georgetown again in that first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. The Eagles will now be at bat here in the bottom of the first as they try to get on the board and get things going tonight. Leading off will be the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. And Cole, if you want to go over that defense for Brenham pitching tonight, and I'll let you go over that for you.
So we got number 27, Eric Wellman, pitching tonight. And catcher is number 15, Pierce Weiss. And first base is number 25, Evan.
Yeah, he's got it's Aschenbeck.
Aschenbeck?
Yeah, Aschenbeck, actually. Yeah, Aschenbeck.
Aschen.
It took me a while. Aschenbeck.
And then we got second base is number 5, Chris Kubitska.
Yeah, Kubetska.
And then we got shortstop, number 3, Jake Olson. Number 12 is third base, Carson
Drain. Then as we go from left to right, 19, John Dickshot. Center field, Rylan Heritage, number 13. And then right field, number 20, Garrison Weiss. Almost can't read my own handwriting, Cole.
That's what I was looking at. And the little confusing.
I had to throw you those names. You know, it was a tough first batch there, man. So a left-handed pitch on the way here from Eric Wellman. And that'll be an early strike on Cole Posey. 0 for 1 for Cole Posey.
So it's looking like the catcher and the right fielder might be related.
Second pitch on the way, too low into the outside, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. As we talk about Cole Posey playing in his 32nd game, this is his 113th plate appearance, averages .259 on the season. The pitch on the way, and this one going to be called a ball as well as he looked at it. Good eye there by Cole Posey, the count 2-1. So Wellman, again a left-handed pitcher. The pitch on the way. That one looked close, but they're going to call it a ball, and Cole Posey looking good here at 3-1. Delivery. This one going to be hit way into foul territory off the third base side over the fence, and the count now full at 3-2. That's Wyatt Childress on deck. The payoff pitch here for Wellman on the way, and walked him. So a leadoff walk for Georgetown. Cole Posey will sit at first. That'll bring up the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress. You talked earlier, Cole, as a catcher, Wyatt Childress, I think a lot of teams underestimate the power of the arm that young man has, and you've seen a lot of them doing video this year for us.
I have. Very great at jumping up and getting second base.
Childress, his 27th game, averages .259. This is his 59th at-bat, and the first pitch on the way is called a ball, 1-0. He was our one-time SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle Player of the Game. His grandparents always listening in from Missouri City, Texas. We appreciate all of the family and folks that listen in. If you've got a shout-out, want to make sure that we get you in tonight as well, feel free to text us. The SHN fan line is open at 512-522-9105. Again, the text line is open, 512-522-9105.
Wow.
Looks like
Cole Posey's pretty far out there right now. He's very he's playing with the pitcher a little bit.
Well, Cole, of course, he's known to steal bases here at Georgetown. He's had quite a few of them this season.
Looks like he's just that little extra step out.
The pitch on the way here, that's called a strike, 1-1. Yeah, Cole Posey has 19 stolen bases here in the season. He doesn't lead the team, but he's close. He and Ryan Neitch kind of own the stolen bases here at Georgetown. 1-1 here on Wyatt Childress, again for Georgetown. The base runner at first is Cole Posey. Here in the bottom of the first, no score. Eric Wellman for Brenham, the left-handed pitch. A bunt here goes over to third base, and that's going to be an error on the third baseman. So Wyatt Childress will reach over to first on an E5. We'll see if they scored an error, and they do. So an E5 there will put Wyatt Childress on first, and Posey will move into scoring position at second. And man, Cole, the third baseman out there, Carson Drain, had it. He just lost his grip on it.
Mm-hmm. He just didn't close his glove in time. Bounced right out.
That'll bring up the first baseman, the power hitter for Georgetown, number 23, Cole Moore. Cole Moore in his 33rd game this season. The first pitch will be a strike looking as it goes his way. Averages .422. 38 hits on the season, and boy, you talk about the work that he has done this year. It's been another great year for Cole Moore.
Some great stats.
An 0-1 delivery. This one curves too far to the outside to even the count at 1-1. Georgetown looking good here in the bottom of the first. No outs. Again, the count 1-1. Base runners on 1 and 2. It's Wyatt Childress who reached on that error moments ago. Cole Posey at second. Cole Moore, a left-handed hitter from the left-handed pitch of Eric Wellman. On its way. This one again curves too far outside. 2-1 the count. Cole Moore also with 4 home runs on this season. Ryan Neitch with 5. So again, you talk about some powerful hitting for Georgetown, and Cole Moore's got the capability to knock this one out of here if he can get a good lick on it. He took a big bite on that one. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Actually a foul tip, I beg your pardon, 2-2. And if that would have hit the right part of the bat, that one may have been gone out to right field. We've seen, we just said it, 4 of them this year for Georgetown. It's Cole Moore, and he's capable. The wind picking up here at Georgetown High School. The clouds now completely concealing the sun, so we've got shade all over the entire field. We'll try to get a weather update at our next break. A swing and a miss here for Cole Moore, and he is going to strike out swinging, and that is a rarity. So the first out goes to Cole Moore. Going to bring up the cleanup position, the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Neitch. This will be a good time for Neitch to put on one of his good Neitch signature moves, Cole. We'll see if he can do it. He's got 5 home runs on the season, does Ryan Neitch. This is his 34th game played here. 92nd at bat. He averages .352 for the Georgetown Eagles.
Maybe he can get a good hit when the wind calms down every good 5 seconds or so. The wind will calm down and then come back up going.
Pitch on the way and a swing and a miss as he bought. Georgetown is going to steal, and he got to third in time. Cole Posey, we talked about his stealing ability. And a stolen base for Cole will now put runners at 2 and 3.
Very close call, too. He barely made it there.
Well, Childress also stealing out there, so 2 stolen bases. Childress over to second. Posey over to third. 0-1 the count here on Ryan Neitch as he swung and missed that one. And again, another rarity where you see these Georgetown men, and another swing and a miss, Cole. 0-2.
Right on that right side of the strike zone right there. It might have been a ball, too. He just swung out.
Be a good time here for Ryan to get his 33rd hit of the season. If he can put one out, that should bring in Georgetown and possibly 2 scores as both are in position. And just as we said it, the ball bounces, and that's going to bring in 2 for Georgetown. Ryan will reach to first. We'll see if they call an error over to 2 and 3. I would assume that he would get there. I don't think that's going to be an error. That would have been a hard one to field. And Ryan Neitch over to third base. With the hit for the Georgetown Eagles, he brings in 2. And the Eagles will get on the board first here, leading 2-0. So no error was called out there. That would have been hard to get under. And that's just powerful hitting by Ryan Good Neitch. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David.
Just had a crazy bounce on it once it hit that grass. That's grass out there, correct?
Out in the outfield, yes. Here on the infield inside the diamond, it's all turf. 1-0 the early count here. The pitch to Jeffrey David was a ball. Left-handed pitch to the right-handed hitter, a perfectly placed bunt. That'll score another run. David is not going to get to first in time, though. The throw was there, I believe, on a 1-3. The pitcher over to for that first or second out. But that will bring in Ryan Neitch, give Jeffrey David a little ribeye as well, and the stakes are cooking tonight early as Georgetown leads 3-0. That'll bring up Logan Drake, the designated hitter. At one point this season, he was averaging over 500. The first pitch to Logan's going to be a ball, 1-0. All the runners coming in to score. 3-0, the early lead for Georgetown here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 count to Logan Drake, 2 outs on the board. The left-handed pitch from Eric Wellman on the way, and this one called a ball. The count even at 2-0.
Just a little high.
Well, we talk about Logan Drake, his 26th game played. He averages 400, so still a solid number for Logan as the pitch on the way. He pops this one way into the air over off the third base side. and into foul territory as it bounces off the top of the Georgetown batting cages. And the count now at 2-1. Logan Drake, a left-handed hitter for Georgetown, holds a bat at about a 45-degree angle above his head. This pitch on the way, clips the corner for a strike, 2-2. Well, Susanna Richer watching Grayson Smith from College Station saying, "Go Eagles." We appreciate the Richer family and all those cheering on Grayson as well. Thank you for letting us know you're out there. Tip foul here. The count remains 2-2. If you've got a shout-out, feel free to send them over to the SHN fan line. That text line is open tonight at 512-522-9105. Twos across the board here for Eric Wellman. Nobody on for Georgetown, but they lead 3-0. Wellman kicks up the leg, the left-handed pitch on the way, and I believe he got Drake striking it swinging for the third out. In this inning, Georgetown scoring 3 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and that will leave nobody on base. A good start as we are through 1, the top of the second. Upcoming, SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle Baseball will continue in a few moments.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP.
Action, top of the second inning, about to get underway. Thanks for joining us. We're the Georgetown Eagles lead here in this best of 3 game series. So the first to take 2 will move on, but we're just early here in the by-district round. Top of the second upcoming. On the mound for Georgetown, Grayson Smith. His Eagles leading 3-0 after they put up 3 runs on 1 hit. Coming around to score, Cole Posey, Wyatt Childress, and Ryan Neitch, all for Georgetown. A lot of ribeyes we talked about earlier. The steaks already on the grill here at Georgetown early. Leading off for the Brenham Cubs will be the shortstop, number 3, Jake Olson. We do have some sponsors tonight. And our presenting playoff sponsor all playoff long will be our friends in San Antonio, Texas, Cameron Davies from Cruising Kitchens. Cruising Kitchens is a proud sponsor of Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Cruising Kitchens is the leading custom mobile business fabricator in the world. Their builds range from the world's largest mobile kitchen to full entertainment trailers that include jumbotrons. Their clients range from corporate companies like Weight Watchers and Shell to small business entrepreneurs that are just getting off the ground. From day one, Cameron Davies, president and owner of Cruising Kitchens, has given back to his local community and other communities worldwide. Cameron will continue to give back for as long as he can. For more information and to receive a free quote, visit their website at cruisingkitchens.com. The early pitch to Jake Olson was a ball, 1-0. Talking about Cruising Kitchens, their show also on the Discovery Channel, so we're honored and blessed to have them as a presenting sponsor. And you should see the kitchens that Cameron and his team puts together, these mobile kitchens. Swing of the best here, the count 1-1. And Cameron's from Georgetown, so, giving back to the local community and now the leading mobile food vendor, if you will, as far as the trailers that his team develops. It's unbelievable. They're getting ready to open a 30 or 40,000 square foot showroom in San Antonio. Unbelievable. Wow. Next pitch on the way. This one hit foul off the third base side, 1-2. Again, top of the second inning, Georgetown leads 3-0 on the defense now. Grayson Smith and the Eagles. Grayson on the mound, kicks up the leg. The right-handed pitch on the way, and this one identical to the last ball hit over off the third base side, deep into left field territory over the fence, and the count remains 1-2. Oh, 1, no outs. Olson trying to get something started for his team here. The pitch by Smith. This one hit out to right field, and that'll be a base hit. That A single for Jake Olson, a single over to right field, and that'll be the second hit of the afternoon for the Brenham Cubs. That'll bring up 6th in the order, the second baseman, number 5, Chris Kubetska. Yeah, Coles, I gave you those numbers earlier. That's those are tough names, man. I had to write the phonetics for those out on paper.
Very opposite last names as Georgetown Eagles are.
Pitch here, too far to the outside, an early ball, 1-0 on Chris Kubetska. See Jackson Seoson's dad making his way into the stands. Jackson not in the lineup tonight. I'm not sure if we'll see him, but he is not in the lineup. Of course, going to be the quarterback for the Georgetown Eagles this upcoming football season. We're excited about that, but we're still super stoked about baseball. We got a long way to go. 1-0 the count here. Base runner on 1. Pitch on the way, looking for a bunt. This one goes foul, tip off the bat, 1-1.
Well, you know, we have to keep his arm healthy for football season, so. I would say football is a very big deal here in Georgetown, but baseball right now is packed in the stands.
Yeah, you brought up a good thing there.
We have probably like 40 people standing because there is just no more seats.
1-1, trying to pick over at first. The base runner safe at first, and that runner out there is Olson, who had that hit moments ago. The count's still 1-1 here. You brought up a good point. I forgot to mention that. The house is completely packed here at the Dennis Allman.
Sold out.
Well, you don't say this is the Dennis Allman press box, but we could say the Dennis Allman field as well. It's not what it's called, but we'll give Dennis a little credit out there here at Georgetown Eagle Field. But we're up in the beautiful Dennis Allman press box, staying nice and cool. But you talk about it. You said there's probably about 40 people standing. There's nowhere to sit. And even the Brenham fans, they have completely filled up in green, the visitor side of the bleachers. 1-1 count here as well as Smith hits this one over. Goes to the second baseman, and he'll have him out there on a 4-3 to first base.
First one goes towards ground ball to Seaback. Route number 1, advancing to second is Olson.
Luckily for Brenham, there was a bounce in that ball. That would have been a double play with Como.
Kubetska is out on the 4-3 ground out. However, that will advance a runner into scoring position at second is Jake Olson. That'll bring up the 7th in the order, the center fielder, number 13, Rylan Heritage. Rylan, a right-handed batter for Brenham. On deck is Garrison Weiss, the right fielder. Pitch on the way. Bunts this one, and it will go foul. 0-1. Everybody was trying to look for that. Even the umpire behind home plate looked up into the air and said, where is that going?
Not even sure where they hit the bat at. Looked like he was really crossing the base before the pitch came in.
Top of the second we are, 1 out, 0-1 the count. Georgetown leads 3-0 here in the top of the second. Grayson Smith on the mound, kicks up the left leg, looks over to second as he is trying to keep that runner Jake Olson honest. Threw it over to his second baseman. The runner safe. Something we've seen a lot of from Georgetown, Cole. We talked about that, how the Eagles have an eye. You know, don't want to, you have to say it. They've got an eagle eye for what's going on the bases. 0-1 the count as Smith looks over his right shoulder. Now the delivery. Swing and a foul tip, 0-2. However, a stolen base will take place as Olson advances over to third on that stolen base.
Olson advances to third on the play. Count no ball, 2 strikes.
Looks like Smith and Childress kind of slept on that foul. Thought he wasn't going to steal him, but didn't notice he was on his way to third.
0-2, the count, 1 out here in the top of the second. Base runner on third is Jake Olson. His hit got him there. Time is called as Rylan Heritage steps away from that right-hand batter's box. Now steps back in. We talk about the positions where they stand. We're talking about Heritage, his right foot all the way down in the bottom corner of that box as he stands parallel. The 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss, got him for the second out. And that is the second strikeout now for Grayson Smith. Olson will remain at third, and that'll bring up the right fielder, number 20, Garrison Weiss for Brenham, another right-handed hitter. We're down to the 8th in the order. On deck, if a hit can be made will be the left fielder, number 19, John Dickshot. The pitch on the way. This one got out of his hand too far to the right. Childress able to snag it. 1-0.
Grayson Smith is really liking that right top of that strike zone. Looks like he's already struck out a lot of guys from there.
And so far, the umpire has been on point with where that ball is going. This one too close to the inside. So one goes out, one goes in, and the count 2-0. Had some more messages come into our SHN fan line. We'll get to those in just a few moments. Again, if you have a text message, feel free to send it to us at 512-522-9105. Smith, the left-handed kick up, the right-handed delivery on the change, and it comes back in for the strike, 2-1. Well, our good buddy in Paris, Texas, Mr. Jack Engelman, played here at Georgetown for many years. Jack, you were my favorite pitcher, man. You had the submarine pitch. Really got me to liking that style of pitching. Jack, appreciate you listening in and keeping an ear on your alma mater. I know you're doing great things in college as well, and Jack, appreciate you as well as the entire Engelman family. The next pitch on the way, called a ball.
Can you still say Paris, Texas is across the pond? Can you say that?
I don't think so.
No? Across the river?
Yeah, across the river. I think the pond is when they talk about the ocean.
Yeah, but Paris, Texas is so far away, it might as well be.
It might as well be something, yeah. Well, as well as Jack Engelman, his mother, Julia Engelman, watching as well. Watching the scoreboard, that is. Craig is at the game with longtime fan Ralph May from Sun City. Go Eagles. This is going to be a base hit and a run scored out to the left field. As Weiss able to find traction, got one down. That will be a single, but he'll also bring in Jack Olson for Brenham's first points of the games. And Weiss will pick up the ribeye. Now they're trying to get some steaks on the grill here at Georgetown High School. So Garrison Weiss will stand up at 1.
Yeah, it looks like there's two Weiss, Pierce Weiss and Garrison Weiss.
Yeah, there must be brothers out there. Jake Olson will be the one to come around and score. That'll bring up the bottom of the order, the left fielder, number 19, John Dickshot. Pitch on the way to John. And this one called a ball as he looked at it, 1-0. Again, 3-1 to your score here in the top of the second. Georgetown leads. And your tying run is at home plate right now at bat. The pitch on the way. This one grounds over just out of the reach of the glove. But what a snag and a tag unassisted by the second baseman, Luke Seaback, as he darted his way across, able to rip that one out of the air as it goes over into the right infield. And what a play there by Luke Seaback as he was in full motion, able to tag that base for the third out as Weiss was trying to get over. Give him credit.
You know that's not the first time Seaback has gone in action like that at full speed and snag a ball.
Yeah, it looked beautiful from where he was at.
Yeah, he's done that multiple times this season.
Well, as we go through this inning, 1 run was scored, I believe, on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We're through 1.5, bottom of the second upcoming. Don't go anywhere. Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball continues on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Rob Hipp alongside Cole Smith. Thanks for spending your Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. I almost said Friday. Your Thursday afternoon and evening with us. We're through 1.5 here. Georgetown leading off will be the left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese.
You know, there couldn't be a better place to be right now in the playoffs in Georgetown.
Wellman lets this pitch fly to the left hand, and as Savarese looked at it, it will be a strike 0-1. Don and Beth Turner listening from Brownwood, Texas. We appreciate the Turner family supporting Wesley Dixon and all of the Eagles. This one popped way into the air. It will go into foul territory, though, and caught off the first base side by Evan Oschenbeck. That'll be the first out. A pop up to third. Of course, if it's in the infield, it's an automatic out, but that one was in foul territory and a little bit past first. That'll bring up eighth in the order, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson for Georgetown. A left-handed hitter for the Eagles as he holds that bat about 90 degrees over his left shoulder. The left-handed pitch to the left-handed batter is going to be called a ball. 1-0 the count to Noah Thompson. Wellman on the mound. This pitch too far as it curves on the outside corner. He was trying to get him to bite, and Thompson said, you know, I'm not really hungry right now. 2-0. Cole just looked at me and shook his head.
That's a good one.
The corniest things you've heard. Little inchworm action here as Savarese, or beg your pardon, as Thompson had to move out of the way of that one. The count 3-0. It's the first 3-0 count, I believe, that we have seen all evening by either team. Wellman trying to work his way out of this one. 3-1, Georgetown leads. Bottom of the second we are. And a walk. No, a late call there. Boy, that was a late strike looking. 3-1. Thompson took off, and the umpire said, hey, wait a minute. That's a strike. 3-1 as it caught just inside the box. A kick up the 3-1 delivery. This one popped way into the air, and that should be an automatic out. Catching it right there at third base is Carson Drain. 2 up, 2 down we are. A little fly 5 action. Moves to the bottom of the order, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seaback. Want to also give thanks to the Oak Ridge Disciple House and Joshua Harris. We appreciate their sponsorship all season long of Georgetown Eagle Baseball here on SHN Sports. We'll get to more about Oak Ridge in a few moments. This bunt is going to go right on top of the Brenham Cub dugout. They're off the first base side, and the count 0-1. The Oak Ridge Disciple House, a nonprofit, faith-based Christian character building ministry geared towards reaching men 18 and older who are broken from substance abuse. You can visit them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Again, we appreciate the generous support of Oak Ridge Disciple House. Next pitch on its way, called a ball, 1-1. 1-1 delivery. Swing, and it will go into the glove. Did he catch it or drop it? He caught it. That was Evan Oschenbeck making his way all the way down. Well, he was on the first base side, so not very far, but he caught that one just off the first base line for the third out. So we go 3 up and 3 down here in this second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on as we move to the top of the third inning. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball continues after this. Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle Bi-District Playoff Baseball on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp alongside Cole Smith. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening with us. Here in the top of the third inning, about to get underway, Georgetown holding on to a 3-1 lead. Brenham will be back at bat now here to lead off. In the top of the third will be the catcher, number 15, Pierce Weiss. Weiss 0 for 1 this evening, struck out swinging in the first. Grayson Smith, of course, on the mound. Childress catching for Georgetown behind home plate.
See how Grayson is now that he's all warmed up.
I guess I don't need to say catching behind home plate. Where else would he be catching from? This one popped up into right field. Cole Moore going to try to chase it down in the shade, and with the left hand, snags it. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That ball might have, would have not been a foul, too.
Yep.
It's about a couple inches inside the foul line.
Bring up the third baseman, second in the order, number 12, Carson Drain. Out on a 1-3 in the first for the second out. He's 0 for 1 this evening. Pitch on the way. This one grounds foul. Just off the fence behind home plate, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 delivery. Thought about bunting that one. It's going to go across for a strike as he looked at it, 0-2. Drain, a little confusion there as he wanted to pull away from it, but he was already in motion and called that one a strike. 0-2 here. Grayson Smith for Georgetown trying to strike out. Left leg up in the air, right-handed delivery, grounds up. This is going to be Cole Posey trying to do a little 6-3 action. The dagger to Cole Moore at first. And a 6-3 for the second out. Shortstop Cole Posey, we have called that play a lot this season, and Cole has been on point as he continues working his magic here in the postseason. He gives a little pointer over to Cole Moore as he points up at him. That was pretty awesome to see the sportsmanship between those two young men. 2 up, 2 down we are. That'll bring up third in the order the pitcher, number 27, Eric Wellman. He is 1 for 1, had a hit, but was left stranded at first in the first. Wellman, a left-handed hitter for Brenham. As Smith lets this one go. And the umpire said ball. Too far outside on that corner, 1-0. Again, appreciate Nathan Hyde as well, keeping up with that scoreboard for us tonight. One 1-0 pitch. Grounds over, this time to Luke Seaback at second base, and Georgetown says you can do it, we can do it as well. A 4-3 ground out. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. As we move through the bottom of the third, Cole, we've got some other sponsors out there that we wanted to make sure to get to this evening, so I'll let you talk about our good friend Ricky Poe over at Georgetown Jewelry.
Yes, so they are specializing in custom jewelry, bridal watches, repairs, appraisals, and more. Georgetown Jewelry is your one-stop jewelry shop in Georgetown. Visit them online at georgetownjewelry.com or stop by their store located inside of Williamsburg Village in Georgetown.
Well, again, we appreciate Ricky Poe. He has done a lot for the community. A wonderful jewelry shop over there. He's been a long-time supporter of SHN Sports. And so if you're out there, Ricky, we appreciate you. And for those out there that have jewelry, or some people say jury. I say jury sometimes. I mean, that's how I wrote it in the ad.
I actually want to say my mother has a ring from there.
Awesome,
and shows it off all the time.
She has some jewelry.
Jewelry.
There you go, man. That's how I used to say it, man. But we appreciate Ricky Poe. Again, thank you for your sponsorship this year. It means a lot to us. And so if you need any type of repair, be sure to check out Ricky Poe. Well, again, as we are through 2.5, bottom of the third upcoming, Georgetown leads 3-1. Leading off, we go back to the top of the order, the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. He is 0 for tonight. Reached on a walk, then advanced over to second, stole third, came home as part of those early ribeye steaks that we're cooking. Ryan Knight brought him as well as Wyatt Childress home earlier in the first.
Getting me hungry over here talking about steaks.
Always like Copo's walk-up music as well, man. Playing a little All Eyes on Me.
He had that hard foul right over the fence earlier, so let's hope he gets it realigned.
Pitch on the way, pulls back as he tried to swing at it, but they say it came across as a strike, 0-1. On the mound for Brenham. That pitch way high as he tried to drop it back down on a changeup. Eric Wellman, 1-1 to even the count. Ball hit here out to center field as it pops up. Rylan Heritage going to get under it right at center field for the first out. Bring up the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress. Wyatt 0 for 1. He reached on an error out to third base in the first. Stole over to second, eventually came around and scored as part of that Ryan Neitch RBI that he put in earlier. Georgetown leading 3-1. 1 out we are. Bottom of the third inning. Wyatt Childress, the first one on the way. He called a strike, 0-1. Wellman, delivery. Outside for a ball, 1-1. We got ones across the board. That means it's time to go to Oklahoma to WinStar Casino. Get a little aces up there, Cole.
I agree.
It's not my forte. Spending your hard-earned money only to see it go away in 10 minutes, sometimes 10 seconds. Next pitch here, 1-2. But hey, some people have a lot of fun. You know, my great aunt, she went all the time. She went every other weekend to Louisiana. 1-2. This one way far outside. Somebody blew a gust of wind as that one got away from him. Evens it at 2-2.
Saying about the wind has very calmed down now. It was about 20 miles an hour right before the game started, and now it's about 2. So calm before the storm, they say, with a 100% chance tomorrow.
Pitch curves inside, but a little too close inside. Brings the count full now at 3-2. Haven't seen that too much this afternoon as we've got another payoff pitch upcoming here for Eric Wellman. The delivery. And
real low.
Walked him. Too low, so the 1-out walk will put Wyatt Childress on first. That moves third in the order. The first baseman, number 23, Cole Moore. If you wonder why we always say it like that, that's how all the kiddos say Cole Moore's name. So we caught on to that as well early on. Cole Moore struck out swinging 0 for 1 in the first, Cole.
Too many Coles here at Georgetown Field.
So Cole Moore at bat, the left-handed hitter for Georgetown. Trying to advance Childress into scoring position. The first pitch on its way and too close inside, 1-0. Here again in the bottom of the third, Georgetown leads 3-1. 1-0 count, 1 out, 1 on. Pitch on, too far, and Cole swung at that. Boy, he didn't want to either, Cole. You saw him slow it up, and that was the slowest swing that I think I have ever seen. 1-1.
Like he stopped for a second. Felt like he already went through.
And there was a stolen base by Wyatt Childress as he snuck one in on us over to second. So now in scoring position is Wyatt Childress. Cole Moore finds himself in a 1-1. Pitch on the way. This one too far on the outside as it curved away from him. 2-1. Well, the first pitch a ball. Second strike swinging. Third one a ball here. 2-1 for Cole Moore. Give his team a little more of a cushion here as they lead 3-1. Brenham shortstop Jake Olson ran back over to second to let Childress know that he's not going to let him lead off that far. He's leading off by about 8 or 9 feet off that second base. Now the delivery on the way. Cole Moore going to hit this one foul as it goes behind the bat. And over the fence here, over the netting, the count at 2-2. Wellman now in at 48 pitches already in this game, and it's only the third inning. The pitch here. Cole Moore is going to hit this one over to right field, and Wyatt Childress is going to come around and score as he runs right through it standing up. Wyatt Childress gives Georgetown the 4th run, but it's thanks to Cole Moore hitting that one into right field. Give Cole Moore the RBI, and that's already 4 for Georgetown now, and Cole Moore credited with the hit. And Georgetown, Cole, believe it or not, that is only their second hit of this game, but they're leading 4-1. Brings up Ryan Knight, 1 for 1.
Cole Posey and Childress stealing. Turned out to be a very good thing.
Boy, Moore lined that one right out there to the right fielder. Garrison Weiss.
Once again, center fielder Ryan Knight.
And that brought in Wyatt Childress. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 6, Ryan Knight, who is 1 for 1 this evening. Pitch on the way, and Knight bit at it, pulled back, but they're going to call it a strike, 0-1. Yeah, you get into the third inning, you start getting a little hungry. Galen and I usually don't start talking about food till about the 4th or the 5th, Cole.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm always hungry.
0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. And we've seen Ryan swing now at 3 and swing and miss at him, and it's 0-2. Base runner on 1 for Georgetown is Cole Moore here on an 0-2. 1-out count. Pitch here, this one popped way up into the air, but it is going to drop to the left power alley. Running over is Ryland Heritage with out number 2 on another fly 8. That'll bring up 5th in the order, the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David. David is 0 for 1, out of a 1-3 in the first for the second out. Well, Nitsch would have been nice to get his 6th home run of the season, but that one just a little too much under it.
The calm wind also. It's a very good time to hit one.
Jeffrey David, a right-handed batter for Georgetown. Early pitch to him is a ball, 1-0. Well, again, our thoughts and prayers are with Galen Welnicki, who cannot be here with us as he is recovering from illness. I know that he is listening in tonight from Temple, Texas.
Sorry, Galen, I can't be as great as you.
Well, Galen's a legend. I mean,
Galen
he's a legend.
is the best.
So again,
Can't be replaced.
Sending our thoughts and prayers out to you, buddy, for a fast recovery. 2-0 the count. Delivery off the left hand, swing and a miss, and it'll be the first strike of this at bat for Jeffrey David. Brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, Jay and John Waldrop in Andrews, Texas, saying thanks for the broadcast so we can keep up with the Eagles. We're shouting out to Jared Pierce previously. We appreciate the Waldrop family. Thank you for letting us know you're out there this evening. 2-1 the count here. Base runner on 1, and this pitch too close inside to bring it 3-1. If you've got a shout out, feel free to text them to us at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. We'd love to hear from you. 3-1. Swing and a miss for the second strike. It'll bring it full now at 3-2. And Wellman here now with 57 pitches. Georgetown going to try to steal. Unfortunately, this is going to hit foul behind the Brenham Cub fans off first base. The count remains 3-2, and you saw out there Cole Moore leading off, and Cole Moore can steal some bases as well if he can get under there.
Just now noticing the crowd on Georgetown's side is even getting bigger.
This one popped way up into the air, but it goes foul behind us, and the count remains 3-2. Boy, David has been at bat here, it seems like, for a long time. Now, he's battling here, doing a good job staying in this. Wellman trying to find him.
He can take the ball.
3-2 delivery, and got him looking for the third out. That will be the second, or actually the third strikeout now. But Georgetown able to score 1 run in this inning. They scored that 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We're through 3, top of the 4th upcoming. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Georgetown leads 4-1. Welcome back, Georgetown Eagle Bi-District Playoff Baseball. Jared Fremel out there getting the crowd fired up. We appreciate Jared. He was in China here just recently. Glad he got to go out there and take part in some great things. He and Joey and Jared. Just another part of that integral lifeblood here at Georgetown Eagle Baseball. As we're about to get started here, top of the 4th inning, leading off for the Brenham Cubs will be the cleanup position, the designated hitter, number 22, Colton Burrow. Now, Colton Burrow 0 for 1 this afternoon. His first at bat was in the first, and he was unassisted out at first base. Pitch here goes inside for a strike, 0-1. We'll talk about it in a minute, of course keeping it anonymous, but some good messages coming in there, Cole. Going to be a line out to center field for a base hit, a single by Burrow as that one goes right up the middle for a hit, and that will be the 4th hit now by the Brenham Cubs. Grayson Smith, his 41 pitches already on the evening. We had a text message come in earlier from someone at the Oak Ridge Disciple House talking about, I believe, 2 years sober now, Cole, and that's an amazing story.
He's actually very open about it because he loves to speak how good Oak Ridge is and how it saved his life. And yeah, it's actually my father-in-law, so I saw him go through all the troubles with it.
A wild pitch here will advance the Burrow over to second.
Burrow advancing to second on the play. Count 1 ball, no strikes.
1 ball and no strikes on Jake Olson. Yeah, and on that message, he kind of said, you know, feel led to say whatever, and it's just a true testament to the fine folks at Oak Ridge Disciple House and what they're doing through their ministry. Just unbelievable, and you talk about when things hit home, and that's one that hits home, I know, for you, Cole, and just amazing testimony there in words, so we appreciate that. Again, thank you to Joshua Harris and the Oak Ridge Disciple House for all the fine work that they do, just really changing men's lives through their ministry. Want to know the count here to the left-handed hitter as Grayson Smith looks back over his shoulder. We got a base runner in scoring position after that wild pitch, Colton Burrow. And actually, it was a passed ball. I beg your pardon. It wasn't a wild pitch. That one got out of the glove of Wyatt Childress, and it's pretty rare that you see that. And they're going to talk things over here as Childress is going to go over.
Courtesy running.
Courtesy runner comes in for
Pitch running at second base will be number 30, Jason Kitzman.
It's actually number 30 pinch running at second base. We'll get that name here in just a few moments. Again, number 30 pinch running for Brenham. The count 1-0 here. As things have kind of stalled for a little bit, Cole. Now this pitch on the way, called a ball, 2-0. That's Jason Kitzman out there at second. 2-0 the count here as Georgetown finds themselves with a runner in scoring position, at least for Brenham. This pitch on the way, and boy, that one looked close, and it's going to be called a ball, 3-0. Haven't seen Grayson Smith in this kind of trouble yet in this ball game. Georgetown, of course, leading 4-1. Well, you got the runner in scoring position is the pinch runner, Jason Kitzman, out there at second.
Usually very consistent with his strikes.
3-0 pitch off the right hand, and that one got away from him, and that will walk Olsen over to first. So now base runners on 1 and 2. And you've got your tying run at home plate, Cole.
That could have been very close. That could have went either way. I mean, that was right on the line of the strike zone on the left side. But just gave it to Brenham on that ball.
Well, Coach Brenley is going to talk things over as all the infield comes in around home plate. Brenley trying to settle his squad down. Of course, the pitching coach here for Georgetown done a fantastic job over his tenure.
As more people pile in.
Yeah, you talked about it a while ago, Cole.
Growing.
As you know, there was probably about 40 people standing up a while ago, and now I would ponder saying there's maybe 80 to 90 people standing up here at Georgetown High School. There's nowhere for them to sit.
Might just have to turn the football field into a baseball field and move over there.
Well, they break up the huddle. Brinley comes back over to the Eagles dugout, or actually over to his coach's spot, and we are back in action here. Summarizing where we're at, top of the 4th inning, Georgetown leads 4-1. Brenham at bat. A base runner is in scoring position as Jason Kitzman, the pinch runner, at second. Jake Olsen, who was walked moments ago, at first. The tying run, the left-handed hitter, at base now is Chris Kubetska, the second baseman. He is 0 for 1. And a pitch on the way there, and that one is a ball as well. So Grayson's struggling here as he's trying to get back into his rhythm, Cole.
Very wild pitch.
Jared Pierce's family down in Concan, Texas on the Frio River. Thank y'all. The audio's coming through loud and clear. We appreciate the Pierce family as well. Thank you for your support this season.
That's where I want to be.
And Georgetown is going to pick him off and out at second base. What a play and what an eye by Grayson Smith as he turns around and throws it over to Luke Seaback, getting the runner out at second. So Kitzman trying to lead off, and Georgetown said, I don't kit so.
Seaback is that go-to-go player.
And he's out on a 1-4 pickoff for the first out. That moves that runner out of scoring position. And Chris Kubetska in a 1-0 still here.
I feel like Posey and Seaback, they're just, wherever their play is, they're going to be there. It doesn't matter if it's out in the outfield.
Pitch on the way here. Ground right into the hands and going over to second. Another out. Georgetown with a double play. That one got away. And that will advance the runner over to second on the error. And did he get him, though, at the end? No, he's safe. Well, Cole Moore trying to throw it over to Cole Posey, get him out, but the runner is safe at second. So Kubetska will get the hit over to first, but then advances over to second on the error. And that one must be on the arm, I believe. I'm not sure who threw that over there. They're going to talk things over at the mound, though, as Coach Foster not too happy with the call. He's going to stand out, talk things over near the plate. Well, the second out, regardless.
Everybody in the crowd was on their feet on that one.
So Olson.
Once again, it was a line drive hit to Grayson Smith. He turned around, threw it right to Posey. I'm pretty sure Cole Posey overthrew to Moore, and Moore just wishes he was a good 10-foot tall at the time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to wrap my head around who is out there at second base now. I believe it is Kubetska.
Need some binoculars for out there.
Oh, you said? I believe. That will bring up seventh in the order, the center fielder, number 13, Rylan Heritage. Yeah, if you can see who that is out there at second for me. Pitch on the way. Called a ball. 1-0 the early count here on Heritage. Trying to get a number on his jersey. I can't see it.
Number 5.
So it is Kubetska out there. So Olson is the one who was out.
Do y'all know what that means? I feel like I do, but I'm not.
Heritage on a 1-0 count. The pitch from Smith on the way and got him on a strike looking, 1-1. Oh, Miss Richard texting us saying Grayson Smith has the fastest pickoff time on the team, and we can see that moments ago. Unbelievable. And is that number 13, or do we have another? We have a different person in there batting also. It's 24. So it's not Heritage. That is actually Weatherby. So Weatherby, number 24, is at bat, a left-handed hitter. He's in a 1-2 count now as Weatherby. It was scored as an error by Kubetska, or by Cole Posey. That's how Kubetska reached on that E5. A fielder's choice for the second out moments ago is how Olson was out. 2-2, an even count. I guess for some reason, you know, when there's a microphone, people just like to talk in it. Something right on a crowd mic. 2-2 the count. Base runner on second in scoring position. The count 4-1 here. The pitch, this one right out of the reach and sliding down. Can he make the grab? And did he get there in time for the out? Yes, he did. What a play by Luke Seaback as he slid on his knee on a 4-3 to Colmore to end the inning. Wow, what a play.
What did I tell you about Seaback? Every game.
Another 4-3 put out as Weatherby hit that one over to right field, but right there to slide in, or right in the infield, and right there to slide in.
On one knee.
On one knee, sliding Seaback. Wow. We'll keep things right here, Cole. 4-1 the score. As we break this one back down, there was no runs in this inning on one hit, one error, and I believe one left on base. As we are through 3.5, bottom of the fourth inning on its way. But, man, you have got to give credit. What a great ground out there by Georgetown moments ago. And these are the ones where we wish we had the cameras tonight.
We wish. That would have been great for David England to catch.
Well, David, I hope you're out there listening. If so, we appreciate all your fine work. Jared getting the crowd fired up again here. Wanted to mention also one of our presenting sponsors here throughout the playoffs. We appreciate Keller Landscaping. Keller operates in Georgetown, Texas. Nick Keller in the surrounding areas, specializing in residential and commercial landscaping. Keller ensures that every customer feels like their needs are important and met. When meeting with each customer, Keller tries to capture the customer's vision and need for their outdoor living space or landscape. For your lawn care needs, please visit KellerLandscapingTX.com. Again, we appreciate Keller Landscaping. Thank you to Anna Johnson, his office manager, and Nick Keller and all their fine staff there at Keller Landscaping. Leading off for Georgetown will be the hitting sensation, as we've came to call him here in Georgetown. 6 in the order, the designated hitter, number 13, Logan Drake. Logan is 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the first. 1-0, the first pitch a ball. Logan Drake averaged 400 on the season. The pitch on the way, that slightly below that after his last at-bat. This time looked at it for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the fourth we are, 4-1. Georgetown leads. They've got a little bit of a cushion. Of course, they'd like to put some more on against this very tough and capable Brenham Cub team. They did finish 5th in their district, but they come out of that powerhouse district with Tomball and Tomball Memorial.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Brenham lightly. They have played some power teams.
1-2, and struck and swung here for the strikeout. So unfortunately, Logan Drake strikes out swinging twice tonight. That is the first out. Moves us to the 7th in the order. The left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese. And Hunter this evening is 0 for 1 as he popped one up to first base just outside that foul line back in the second. Wellman on the mound for Brenham. Of course, a left-handed pitcher. He's been there all night. Kicks up, delivers, on its way, too far outside. 1-0 on Hunter Savarese. Do you mind? Two and 1 the count here for Hunter Savarese. 2 balls and 1 strike. The next pitch on the way. This one too low. Brings up another ball. The count at 3-1.
Are you serious?
3-1 pitch out of the left hand. This one grounds over. The shortstop can't get there in time, and that'll be a base hit for Georgetown. That would have been a tough play out there for Jake Olson to make. He dove at it, had some good effort, but over to the left field, he wasn't able to dive on it in enough time, and Georgetown's going to get the base hit. Hunter Savarese giving Georgetown another hit here this evening. That is only their 3rd hit of the ball game. That'll bring up 8th in the order, the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. Thompson is 0 for 1 as he popped one up over to third base back in the second. And the initial pitch on the way here goes ball, 1-0. A 1-0 the count for the left-handed hitter, Noah Thompson. Base runner on 1 has an attempted pick there. The runner safe back at first is Hunter Savarese. Of course, Hunter Savarese, also our SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle Player of the Game earlier this season. I believe he's 6'3", maybe 6'4". Powerful swing here, but it goes foul. Laid in it off the back of the bat. 1-1 is the count on Noah Thompson. One's across the board, and again a pick attempt over at first. Base runner's going to be safe as Savarese. Second time we've seen this at the at-bat for Noah Thompson. The 1-1 on 1 out. Swung at it but pulled back, and he's checking, the umpire's checking with the third base umpire, and he says no, that's a ball, 2-1. Again, another pick attempt here over to first, and that is Hunter Savarese. He's safe out there, of course. On the 2-1, right over to the pitcher, and he is going to go over on a 1-3 for the first out, but that will advance Savarese into scoring position. So Thompson will be out on the 1-3 ground out. For the second out, that'll bring up bottom of the order, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seebeck. Wellman now at 72 pitches in this ball game. Luke Seaback 0 for 1 as he also popped one over to first base in the second inning. Pitch on the way here. This one hit foul right into the net. Just behind him, 0-1 the count. Again, runner in scoring position is Savarese for Georgetown. 0-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Georgetown leads 4-1. Right-handed delivery, right across the plate as he looked at it for a strike, brings it to 2 strikes. Cole, thank you. Had to go out and make us some crowd mic adjustments. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, they were wondering if we could hear them, and I was like, it's all right. I've been in high school one time. Trying to catch up on some stuff.
This one's going to pop out over to right field, and the right fielder in the lights is going to make that grab. That is Garrison Weiss for the third out. I'll pop up to right field. That will bring up no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 4, top of the 5th upcoming. We'll step aside and take a break. Don't go anywhere. Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens will continue in a few moments. Back in action, Georgetown High School Playoff Baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens continues here on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp alongside Cole Smith. Thank you for joining us here as Georgetown leads 4-1 as we enter the top of the 5th inning. The Eagles trying to hold on to that cushion. On the mound for Georgetown will continue Grayson Smith, who has kept his composure tonight, leading off for Brenham. We move to 8th in the order. Number 20, Garrison Weiss. Garrison Weiss 1 for 1 this afternoon.
Garrison just got done getting the last out there. See if he's still warmed up.
Pitch over, and this one hit over right into the hands of David. Over to Cole Moore for a very nice 5-3 ground out. 1 pitch, 1 out we are. Moves us to the bottom of the order, the left fielder, number 19, John Dickshot. A left-handed hitter for Brenham. Out on a 4-3. He is 0 for 1 in this ball game. His second at-bat of the evening coming here in the 5th inning. Smith, the right-handed pitch, right across the plate for a strike as they looked at it, 0-1. 53 pitches for Grayson Smith now as he continues his fine work trying to keep things rolling. 0-1, 1 out. 4-1, Georgetown leads, top of the 5th. Brenham at bat. This one going to ground and diving for it. Not able to make the grab out there at right field, and that'll be a base hit. That would have been a tough one for Luke Seaback, who is, let's be honest, has simply been perfect tonight. On that one, though, that was out of his reach, so that's not his fault, but he tried. That will be a base hit, though, over to first. That'll bring us back to the top of the order. The catcher, number 15, Pierce Weiss, who is 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the first and out as he flew one up over to first in the third. Been a lot of pop-ups over to first base tonight. And, of course, you know, if those are in the infield, it's an automatic out, but they've all been outside of the lines.
They have. Making Cole Moore work.
When you said work, I thought about the song, work.
Ain't everybody leading off on first tonight.
1-0 the count here. That pitch was a ball. Back to a right-handed hitter, leading off with a leadoff. The catcher, 15, Pierce Weiss, led off to start the game. 1-0. Base runner on one. Smith knows he's there. Pitch on the way, grounds over to Copo, and Copo trying to get a double play over to first, and Georgetown completes the double play. Great job on a 6-4-3 for the double play.
Copo, C-back to Moore.
And that makes for a quick 3 up and 3 down. But it wasn't 3 up and 3 down actually, because there was a hit out there. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. And just like that, we're through 4 1/2. The bottom of the 5th upcoming. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues.
Broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Hipp Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Hipp Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Hipp Network and SHNSports.com.
Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle Baseball, live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network as the Georgetown bullpen fired up, looking for 20 in a row. And it would be a nice time to snag number 20 here in the opening game of the 2018 UIL playoffs. Again, thank you for joining us. Georgetown Eagle Baseball playoffs presented by Cruising Kitchens. We'll get more to our sponsors as this game goes on. We are through 4 1/2, bottom of the 5th. Leading off for Georgetown will be the shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey. Cole in this game is 0 for 1. Does have 1 run, had a walk, came around and scored, but then out as he popped one up to center field in the 3rd. The first pitch to Cole, up called a ball, 1-0. Right-handed delivery, Cole again over to center field, and this one should drop right back into the hands of Ryland Heritage, and it does. As unfortunately for Cole, back-to-back fly 8s. That'll be the first out. That'll bring up the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress. Wyatt is 0 for 1. But it's one of those crazy stats that you can't look at an 0 for 1 Cole and say, wait a minute, he's 0 for 1. Well, if you look at his score sheet, he's put up 2 runs here tonight. Reached on an error 5, had a stolen base, came around to score as part of that Ryan Knight's 2 RBIs in the 1st. Scored the 2nd run for Georgetown, and then he's also scored the 4th and last run that's on the board, that coming in the 3rd after he walked and stole another base.
I would say Childress been busy.
Swing and a miss here, though, for Wyatt. 0-1. Well, he's been in a 1-1 count. He's also had a payoff pitch, and that's the one that he was walked on in the 3rd. Wyatt knows how to keep his composure in that right-handed batter's box. Wellman, as he is trying to dig his way down to some of that good water for his Brenham Cubs, but he hasn't been able to find the well here so far tonight. Four to 1, Georgetown leads. Wellman kicks up the right, the left-handed delivery. Too close inside, for a ball, 1-1. Talk about pitches now. Wellman is pretty close, if not already at 80 pitches. Remember here, high school pitchers only allowed to go 110. Then they've got to be changed out, and we'll see if Wellman will let him stay in. As of right now, of course, they're keeping him in there. Pitch on the way. This one called a strike as he looked at it, 1-2.
You say only 110, Rob.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But you know, in softball, those girls go back-to-back games.
They
so
do.
a lot different mechanisms involved. But I still wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to get in front of. We did a Southwestern tournament here with the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference, and I would not want to get hit. Those are not softballs.
No.
Pitch here, going to ground, and that will be, if he can get there to the base, and it is a base hit for Georgetown as he runs through it. Wyatt Childress. That is an infield single for Wyatt Childress. That'll bring up third in the order, the first baseman, number 23, Colmore. Left-handed hitter for Georgetown.
The ball actually hit off of Wellman's glove, causing it to go over to second base. And it was just a slow roller, as he didn't get the time.
Slow roll.
As a song player.
There you go. Colmore in the order. And now at bat, and time is going to be called here by Pierce Weiss, the catcher. He's going to go over to Eric Wellman and talk things over. Colmore this afternoon started out a little dry, struck out swinging in the first, but then had that hit in the third that helped bring in Wyatt Childress. Remember, Wyatt walked, then stole over to second. Came around and scored thanks to Colmore. Pitch on the way. Childress going to take off, and he will reach over to second. He would have got there in time. But, boy, the catcher threw that ball, and it went right off the leg of Wellman. He's going to have a little bruise tattoo.
Yeah, Pierce got a little, I guess, not knowing really where the pitcher was going to go, right or left. And they went the same direction.
0-1 the count here. Strike called on Colmore. Yeah, and you can't give an error there as you give that stolen base to Wyatt Childress. It's his third stolen base, Cole. Swing and a miss here by Colmore, 0-2. You talk about the third stolen base. He stole to second in the first, stole to second in the third, and stole to second in the fifth. This young man is simply a running machine.
I know Weiss is going to have to tell Wellman a little apology later and say no hard feelings to that throw.
Weiss, he popped one up over there. This is a high pitch, brings the count to 1-2. He probably said, Weiss, not nice. He probably didn't say that, Cole, actually. He might have. 1-2 here, one out. Georgetown leads 4-1, bottom of the fifth. Eagles at bat. Colmore, the power hitter for the Eagles. The pitch on the way. Cole. It's a late swing. This one is going to go over to the first baseman on a 4-3 ground out for the second out. That will advance Childress over to third.
Hey, those reach out hits that Colmore just did, sometimes those can go right over the heads of the infielders, and it's just a great hit after that.
Colmore put that one out there to right field, and you know, Cole, if that goes over to the left another 2 or 3 feet, that would have been another hit and another RBI and another run for Georgetown.
Yeah.
Bring up Ryan Knight. Ryan is 1 for 2. Had a hit in the first, and that RBI able to bring around 2 of his runners. He himself came around and scored.
Courtesy running at third base, number 10, Jared Ross.
It's a courtesy runner at third base for Wyatt Childress will be, I believe that's Jared Ross. Number 10 out there. First pitch on the way is going to be a strike here to Ryan Knight, 0-1. It'd be nice for Georgetown to put a little cushion here. They only have 3 runs that they're leading by, 4-1, and that can be eaten up in a simple inning.
It's the playoffs versus the Cubs.
Well, you know, it's like Steven Jackson, who used to play for the Spurs, said in one of his songs, "You on your days off while I'm in the playoffs."
Hope he didn't tell the Rockets that.
Yeah. This one going to pop up, and boy, that's going to be an error, and Georgetown is going to come around and score an error there by the third baseman, Carson Drain. So Ryan Knights will reach the E5, and that will bring in Jared Ross for Georgetown's 5th run.
You know, it's just one of those where Drain reached up and thought he had an easy out, but wasn't too serious about it.
Fumbled that ball around as it goes right over to the third baseman. Grounds up. He had it in his hand, and that ball was spinning on him, but
sometimes the easy ones, you know, turn into the...
Swing and a miss here to Jeffrey David, 0-1. And Georgetown, did he steal over? Ryan Knight stole to second. Now Knight's continuing his stealing ways, and that's a good thing in baseball.
Georgetown has been just completing those steals. Nige over there has a smile on his face. Knows that was a great steal. As I look through the binoculars.
No balls and 1 strike.
Well, looking at the stats here, that may have been Ryan's 30th stolen base of this 2018 campaign. 0-1 here to Jeffrey David. Jeffrey's 0 for 2, out on a 1-3 in the first, and struck out looking in the third. Georgetown with 2 outs, and again, Knight's going to go over to third, and this time I believe he is going to be out for the third out. So he could not steal to third. And that will be an out there as the catcher threw it over to third on a 1-3 stolen base attempt.
We'll move to the top of the 6th inning. Your Eagles have a 5-1 lead.
In that inning for Georgetown, 1 run scored on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and nobody left on. Top of the 6th.
Pierce White just saw him going early.
Top of the 6th upcoming. Georgetown leads 5-1. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Georgetown High School By-District Playoff presented by Cruisin' Kitchens. We appreciate Cameron Davies and all the fine work that his staff at Cruisin' Kitchens does. We have other sponsors as well. We'll get to those throughout the game. Georgetown leads 5-1 here. And leading off in the top of the 6th inning for Brenham will be the third baseman, number 12, Carson Drain. Carson is 0 for 2, out on a 1-3 in the first. And then hit one on a shortstop to first in the third. A little ground out action tonight. Pitch on the way. Carson again, and this time right between the split at left field, and that will be a base hit. So Carson now getting his first base hit, and that's a way to lead off here if you're a Brenham Cub. Childress is going to make his way up to talk things over with Grayson Smith. That'll bring up the third in the order, the pitcher, number 27, Eric Wellman. Well,
I'm over here looking at Cruisin' Kitchens, and wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Semi-trailer with a, it's like the side of the trailer folds out. It has a huge
they fabricate
screen
all
on
that.
it. Huge screen with like a 5-star kitchen in it. Oh, wow.
Their show featured on the Discovery Channel. They've turned that into kind of a reality type show. Georgetown, a pick attempt over at first, and a runner barely safe as Grayson looks over to Colmore.
Colmore.
We've got a special guest calling the game on Saturday. We'll talk about that as things go on. I'm very excited about that. I won't be able to make that game, but I'll talk more about what we've got in the works. And we're excited to have a special guest helping us out. 0-1, that pitch was a strike to Wellman. Well, Cole shakes his head. He's like, Rob, just stop. 0-1 delivery off the right hand. Too far on the outside. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Grayson Smith sweating a little bit out there.
Those are some
pitch
HD
is he on?
binoculars. 60
Yeah, they
pitches now, maybe 61.
I would be too.
Wellman, 1
Yeah, I
and
see
2 on
my
the
arm by
evening.
now.
The count here at 1-1. Base runner on one for Brenham. Right-handed pitch, swing and a miss as he got him to chew on that one, 1-2. Well, you know, the steaks are only good when they're medium rare. You don't want to swing at one that's undercooked, and that time the meat just not ready.
That pitch was well done, though.
Yeah, the pitch was on point. No, the pitch was medium rare. That's the perfect steak. Some will disagree.
It's whatever the mood I'm in.
1-2. I like my steak like I like my gum, chewy.
Really?
1-2. And the next pitch called a ball to even the count at 2-2. Again, no outs, base runner on one for Brenham is Carson Drain. Georgetown leading 5-1. Brenham at bat here in the top of the 6th. You got to be careful if you're Georgetown because you do not want to allow runs and let Brenham start getting some confidence here. And right now, they've got some confidence with that one runner on. No outs and an opportunity here to put some more in. Grayson Smith for Georgetown on the mound. Taking his time, the 2-2 delivery. Too far outside. Full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch upcoming. Brenham, their lone run coming in the top of the 2nd inning. Georgetown scored 3 to start things, and then 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th, and that's how we've got to this 5-1 score. Smith on the payoff pitch. Too far outside, walks him, and that'll put the runner in scoring position. Will advance to Drain, and Wellman will be at first.
And brings up DH Colton Burrow.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, 4th in the order, number 22, Colton Burrow. Burrow is 1 for 2, out unassisted at first in the 1st. Had a hit in the 4th, but was left stranded.
Number 10, Seth Diggs is running for Wellman at first base.
And number 10 is running for Eric Wellman at first. We'll have his name here in just a few moments. The pitch on the way. That one looked close, but too low is the call. 1-0 on Colton Burrow. Number 10 is Seth Diggs. He is out there running for Wellman at first. And Coach Brenham going to talk things over here with Grayson Smith. Diggs is going to come over as well and talk things over with his coach. He ran all the way from first back over in front of the Georgetown Eagle dugout to talk to his coach. In the middle of a 1-0 count here to Colton Burrow.
Just need to check on Grayson, make sure he's make sure his arm's still feeling good.
Well, your 4th run for Brenham as at bat right now. So this game is far from over. Georgetown has got to keep their composure here, and that's why they came in to talk to Grayson Smith.
You have to take Brenham team serious as you can.
Your tying run is on deck, and that is Jake Olson. 1-0 for Georgetown's Grayson Smith at the mound as he looks over his right shoulder, trying to keep these runners honest tonight. The pitch here way too far outside, 2-0, and Smith is losing his rhythm.
Well, we usually have David England in the bullpen. You know.
Yeah, we can catch on who's warming up. We don't have that tonight.
But Foster just walked over there to bullpen to check on whoever is warming up.
2-0 delivery, too far inside, brings it to 3-0, and we are 1 pitch away from loaded bases here, or 1 ball away from loaded bases. Pitch on the way, too far, and now bases are loaded, and boy, we may see a change here coming pretty soon. Foster is walking around, and
yeah, he walked over there to the bullpen, and he walked back.
I think we will see.
He's doing it again.
I think we are going to see a change here as Foster just gave a signal to Wyatt Childers. He walks into the bullpen. I think we're going to see a pitching change here, if I'm not mistaken. So after a hit and back-to-back walks, Drain is at third. Seth Diggs, the runner for Wellman is at second, and Burrow is at 1.
As us and the fans sit and wait patiently, everybody's staring at the bullpen right now waiting.
Yeah, I think they're – yeah, here we go. Foster – and they may change here. We're still waiting as Coach Foster is going to make his way up to the mound.
Start.
And I think that will do it for Grayson Smith. Foster talking things over. Still really no one running out there yet, though. Brenley is talking over. He just gave a dab, and we will see a player for Georgetown here run up to the mound for the Georgetown Eagles. We will have his name here in just a minute. So Grayson Smith got us through 5, struggling here in the 6th, but a good job getting things rolling. And that will bring up Jackson Seosin on the mound now. So we will see Jack tonight. Jackson Seosin now pitching for Georgetown. And Cole, while we have a moment, we'll talk about some of those wonderful sponsors that are making things happen here this afternoon, Cole.
So we got Cruising Kitchens. Cruising Kitchens is a proud sponsor of the Georgetown Eagle baseball. Cruising Kitchens is the leading custom mobile business fabricator in the world. Their builds range from the world's largest mobile kitchen to full entertainment trailers that include Jobbertrons. Their clients range from corporate companies like Weight Watchers and Shell to small businesses, entrepreneurs that are just getting off the ground. From day one, Cameron Davies, president and owner of Cruising Kitchens, has given back to his local community and other communities worldwide. Cameron will continue to give back as long as he can. For more information and to receive a free quote, visit their website at www.cruisingkitchens.com.
We appreciate Cruising Kitchens as well. Thanks for all of your support. And some other folks who are making things happen here for Georgetown, our good friend Ricky Poe over at Georgetown Jewelry.
Specializing in custom jewelry, bridal watches, repairs, appraisals, and more, Georgetown Jewelry is more one-stop jewelry shop in Georgetown. Visit them online at georgetownjewelry.com or stop by their store located inside the Williamsburg Village in Georgetown.
And finally, also the landscape man, Nick Keller. We appreciate Nick as well.
Keller operates in Georgetown, Texas and surrounding areas, specializing in residential and commercial landscaping. Keller ensures that every customer feels like their needs are important and met. When meeting with each customer, Keller tries to capture the customer's vision and need to their outdoor living space or landscape. For your lawn care needs, please visit KellerLandscapingTX.com.
I appreciate Nick. Known Nick a long time. He has done a tremendous job over the year. Watched his company grow. He actually has his office moved out over to Highway 195 now, so I've seen Nick do exceptional things. New pitcher in for Georgetown, as we talked about moments ago, Jackson Seosin now on the mound. 19-inning pitch, 9 games. He started one of those games, and he has a 2-1 record if you go back and look through it all. Jackson Seosin, a 2.188 ERA on the mound. Also will be the quarterback of the Georgetown Eagles coming up in football this season.
Tonight, the wind today has really got my allergies. My nose is all stopped up. I apologize for that. It's making me have to stop and take a breath.
Dude, don't feel.
In.
I have to stop taking a breath just getting up out of the chair and walking and sitting back down, man. Shortstop, number 3, Jake Olson now up, and that is the tying run at home plate. And the first pitch by Seosin says, I'm going to Seosin it off right with a strike. 0-1 to the left-handed hitter. Seosin, a right-handed pitcher, stands with that right foot as center on the rubber. Pitch, second one. Boy, that one looked like it was a strike, but they're going to say too low, 1-1. Of course, our angle up here, we're high and kind of diagonal up here in the Dennis Allman press box. The umpire's got a tough job, Cole.
Yeah, they do.
1-1 on bases loaded. This one going to ground over. Georgetown going to tag and tries to get him at first, and got him. Double play action. A tag by Luke Seaback, and then on a 4-3 for a quick bang-bang play.
One more. You have to remember the umpire's view is about the same as ours, but a lot closer, but up high. He has to look over the catcher.
Well, a run was scored, though, as Drain comes around. Give the RBI to Jake Olson. That is the second RBI of the night, and that will bring up Chris Kubetska, the second baseman. He hits this one. That's a base hit and a run scored. So Kubetska hits that one over to left field for the base hit. That will bring in the runner for Wellman, Seth Diggs.
Now Childress goes up to talk to Siosin.
That should bring up Ryland Heritage, the center fielder, who's 0 for 2. 5-3 the score now. And a base runner on one for Brenham, as they are doing some work here in the top of the sixth. They scored 1 run in the second and then went quiet for 3 innings in a row before scoring those 2 runs here in this 6th inning.
We were just talking about Georgetown needing a good cushion. See, it's in playoffs, so you need a good 8-point lead.
Well, now only by 2, and your tying run is at bat now. That is Ryland Heritage, 0 for 2. Like to make it 0 for 3. And the first pitch, looked at it as a strike, 0-1. Trying to pick off at the first base. We've seen that a lot tonight by Georgetown pitching staff.
Siosin has a quick, turnaround and throw. Just now noticed that.
Well, that'll come good during football season.
Yeah.
Next pitch on the way, called a ball, 1-1.
I'm gonna do that bubble play.
Well, over at Rouse, 19-5A brothers, if you will. That's what the district likes to call each other. Tomball Memorial all over Rouse right now in the bottom of the 6th. In Bryan, 6-0. Next pitch on the way, 2-1. Called a ball for Heritage. Is that Heritage out there? No, it is not. I've got that wrong. It is 32. Is actually who's at bat right now. I beg your pardon. It's 32. We'll get his name here in just a few moments. That one was hit foul. The count even now at 2-2. Just notice that change. 32 is Alden Schroeder, I believe. Alden Schroeder at bat. On a 2-2, this one hit over to left field, a base hit. And runners now at 1-2, and now your leading runner is at bat, which will be Garrison Weiss. So Schroeder able to knock that one over.
Schroeder hit that ball like I was talking a while ago about reaching far out and barely clipping the ball, getting it just to leap right over the heads of the infield.
Well, back-to-back hits, and Brenham, boy, you talk about the tension now for Georgetown. The momentum clearly shifting. Garrison Weiss, his team. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Base runners on 1-2. And your lead runner now at bat.
One good hit can really change this game right now.
This pitch low, but Childress able to get under it. And, boy, he tries to go back. Look at the dagger there. The runner's safe, but, boy, Childress. Got to wonder, see him on the mound sometime. 1-0, though, the count. The runner got back over to second in time. The runner got back over there in time as Childress tried to go all the way over to the shortstop, Cole Posey, or the second baseman, rather, Luke Seaback. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. And clips back in on the change for a strike. 1-1. Garrison Weiss. Second pitch, that is a tag out by Cole Posey over to left field, unassisted at second base as he will get out Schroeder for the third out. So we'll call that one a 5U. In this inning, though, a little damage done by the Brenham Cubs as they score 2 runs. Those 2 runs coming on 3 hits. No errors and I believe 1 left on base, if I saw that correctly, Cole. So again, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We'll step aside. Georgetown leads 5-3 as we are through 5.5, bottom of the 6th upcoming. Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle by-district playoff baseball presented by Cruising Kitchens. Thanks for joining us. Rob Hipp alongside Cole Smith, Nathan High, working the dials for us tonight. 5-3 the score. Georgetown leads, and back at bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off will be the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David, 0 for 2 this evening. Out on a 1-3 in the first. Also struck out looking at his last at-bat in the third. And the first pitch to David will be a strike looking, 0-1. That Wellman still on the mound, I believe. It is. A pitch here, and that one popped way up into the air, and that one may sell. It goes behind the Brenham Cub fans. We've yet to see one pop up and sell right back into our neck of the woods, and that's a good sign.
I would keep Wellman on the mound, too, only allowing 4 hits.
Yeah, no joke. 0-2 here. And Georgetown finding a way to get on the base tonight and score, and they got to keep that rolling. Pitch on the way, swing, and that will be a putout on a 1-3. Got out of the catcher's glove, but he was able to get under it. And a 1-3 putout for the first out. Bring up the hitting sensation. Actually, no, it won't. It'll bring up number 22 for Georgetown. I got excited. I thought Logan Drake was coming out, but it will not be Logan. It will be.
We can say 22 is a hitting sensation. We don't know yet.
Yeah, it'll be Wesley Dixon coming out there. 22 is Wesley Dixon.
Wait till Dixon hits a homer, and then he's a sensation.
I don't know if Logan would like that. You know, that's his
Go,
trademark.
Dixon. Georgetown Eagles do need a cushion right now, though.
The pitch on the way to Dixon, and this is called a strike looking. 0-1. Oh, 0-1 delivery out of the left hand, and too close inside, 1-1. Well, as we talk about Wesley Dixon here, quickly looking at his stats, this is his 29th game, 40th at-bat. He's got a decent average, actually a good average at .359.
Great.
Swing and a miss here, though, to make it 1-2. One and two, 1 out, Georgetown. Leading 5-3, hit over to the third baseman and trying to get on a 6-3 and got him on a routine play. That was Carson Drain as he fed it down the pipe to Evan Oschenbeck.
Looks like Oschenbeck was tiptoeing on first base just now. I don't know what happened.
Well, 2 up, 2 down for Georgetown. That'll bring up the 7th in the order, the left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese. Hunter 1 for 2. Popped one up, another one of those pop-ups over to first. And then had a hit in the 4th, but was left stranded. And this one's going to pop up over again to the second baseman in the lights, and a quick 1, 2, and 3 there on a pop-up over to first base, or second base. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Only move to the top of the 7th inning. Don't go anywhere, folks. Exciting finish. Georgetown Eagle baseball. They're 3 outs away. Can they seal the deal, or will Brenham go on a little
Honey adventure.
yeah, hunting adventure here? We'll find out after we come back.
Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
Welcome back, Georgetown High School Bi-District Playoff Baseball presented by Cruisin' Kitchens. Rob Hipp with Cole Smith. Leading off for the Brenham Cubs here in the top of the 7th inning. Be the 8th in the order, the right fielder, number 20, Garrison Weiss. You got to keep in mind here, this is your 4th run. On deck is your tying run. They've got a chance here, Cole. Brenham clearly still has the momentum after that 3 up, 3 down. On the mound for Georgetown, Jackson Seosin. A right-handed pitch from Seosin to the left-handed batter is going to be called a ball, and Georgetown has struggled here as they switched from Grayson Smith, who allowed quite a few balls before he was out, and Jackson Seosin still trying to find his groove on a 1-0. Kicks up the right-handed pitch. This time got him for the fastball on the corner, 1-1.
Yeah. I mean, Wellman already held the Eagles to 2 innings. Do it again. Very much need a 3-and-out right now.
This one hit over, and the second baseman Seaback on a 4-3 ground out. For the first out, Georgetown 2 away from taking game 1.
Seaback and Posey are the ones you do not want to hit to.
Well, who's making I don't want to get to it early here, but we've got to figure out who's making a case for the player of the game here tonight. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. The first one to number 15 out there, and I'm not sure who that is. We'll have his name here in just a moment as well. Apologize for that. Second pitch, looked at it for a strike, 0-2. Oh, surely we're not back to the top of the order here. Was that Dick Shot that was out there earlier? I guess it was. Dick Shot was the one that was out on a 4-3 because we're back at the top of the order. And that will be Pierce Weiss is 1-2 now for Weiss. This one hit foul off the back of his bat into the net. The count 1-2, 1 outs. Again, Georgetown leads 5-3. Next pitch here, and that one looked close, but at the last moment goes too low to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, again, wanted to send up another well wish to Galen Welnicki. Looking forward to having you back up in the booth, but of course, got to take care of yourself, partner. Right field hit for the single.
Carson Brenham.
These
That'll
Cubs
bring
are
up-
trying to get things rolling here.
Well, you've got your 4th run now at first on that single moments ago, and now your tying run at the plate, Carson Drain. And he is 1 for 3 this evening. It's part of that rally that got things going for
First base will be number 4, Jackson Corn.
Brenham goes.
be a runner for Pierce Weiss out there at first base. Be number 4, Jackson Korn. A pitch on the way here to Korn. Or beg your pardon, to Carson Drain, and it goes low for a ball, 1-0. And Georgetown's got to be careful here. They've just got to get 2 outs and put this game behind them. Of course, they had, I believe, 9 days off. And you talk about a long streak like that between the last game. A considerable amount of time off. Pitch here. That one too close inside. 2-0.
Didn't get used to practice too much. Get that,
Man,
that
Brenley.
intensity of the game.
Coach Brenley and the infield going to head over to the mound and talk things over with Jack here. Make sure that give him a little faith here on that mound. Brenley talking things over with him. This is one of those where you wish you had a microphone right there on the mound. You could hear what's going on.
I can get one there, Rob.
I know you could.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, right.
Throw it out there. It's when you need a drone.
Well, for our listeners out there tonight, giving you a summary of where we're at. 2-0 the count right now here in the top of the 7th inning. Brenham at bat. Georgetown has got him at 1 out. Georgetown 2 outs away from taking game 1, but Brenham has a base runner also on first. Your tying run is at bat right now in a 2-0 count. Siosen looks over his left shoulder. Now lets this one fly off the side, and that one a fastball right across the plate for a strike. 2-1. Well, I talked about Jack Engelman earlier, my favorite pitcher of Georgetown back in the day, because the way he pitched, and he said, you know, this is his counterpart here, Siosen. Now, Siosen doesn't get as low as Jack does, but he still slings it from the side of that right arm.
Kind of like a submarine pitching.
Yeah. 2-1. That one looked fast, and it is across the plate for another strike. 2-2. And Siosen coming alive here in the top of the 7th.
Siosen has a little smile on his face. I think he's getting a little too happy for this game 1.
This one going to go foul off the right side, 2-2. Well, I think the work that Luke Seaback has been doing out there at second base, of course, we've still got a lot of baseball left here, but I think he is making a case tonight for
He's
player of the
definitely a
game on the
weapon.
defensive end.
Definitely a weapon that Georgetown needs to push to get the ring.
2-2 delivery. This one hit foul off the first base side, way over the fence. And, you know, we haven't seen a lot of them go into foul territory over the fence tonight. It's probably only the 8th or 9th hit that we've seen do that, Cole. 2-2. As Carson Drain battling here, he would love to drain one out of this park and tie things up. He's got his runner at first. Is Jackson Korn.
Zone calls that one off.
Want to wave that pitch off?
Sure did.
So that pitch was waved off. You don't see many waved off. It's usually something happens. And I guess it's because he stepped back out of the box before that pitch was delivered.
I think he did.
Trying to get time, and he got it. 2-2 the count here. Siosen trying to get 2. Swing, miss, second out. Swing and a miss. Carson Drain striking out. And Georgetown 1 out away. That'll bring up number 27, the pitcher, Eric Wellman. Eric is 1 for 2. Had a hit, left stranded in the first at 1. Out on a 4-3 ground in the 3rd, walked in the 6th, but it was able to come around and score. The RBI of Jake Olson. Left-handed hitter from the right-handed pitching of Jackson Siosen. And Cole with 1 out away. I know we've talked about Seaback there on the defensive end, but we've got to mention some other players here for player of the game. And it's going to be a tough one, but I'm looking in the direction of possibly Wyatt Childress.
What, he has 3 stolen bases tonight?
I think tonight's one of those where we may have co-players of the game.
You always have to do that with Georgetown.
Just have the team of the game. But we still got baseball left here. Don't want to jinx anything. 1-0 the count.
It can't always be a LeBron James out there. You can always have 2.
Unless you're, LeBron James.
Yeah, what's up?
1-0 count here. Georgetown trying to go for the pickoff over there at first. Again, you've got your tying run at home plate right now is Wellman. Right-handed pitch, left-handed hitter. Low it goes. 2 balls, no strikes.
Or in baseball, I would say you can't be a Jose Altuve out there.
Altuve. 2-0 pitch. This one way up into the air, and thankfully that's going to go foul. Over way off the corner of right field. Goodness, that is the farthest hit we've seen, but thankfully foul territory in a count 2-1.
I would say probably 350, 355. It was a good 30-foot back behind the fence.
2-1, second out. Georgetown leads 5-3. Siosen on the mound for the Eagles as he tries to put this one in the books. He's 2 strikes away. Pitch on the way. This one hit foul off the third base side. 1 strike away. 2-2 the count. 2s across the board. 5-3. Eagles lead. The Georgetown fans on their feet, coming alive for the first time tonight. Stomping their feet. This is the first time, and this one hit foul off the Georgetown bullpen as well. 2-2, the count remains.
Wellman's just trying to get a piece of every strike. He does not let one get by him.
Boy, Wellman is battling here for his team, trying to give them life as they trail 5-3. Base runner on 1. Wellman is the tying run. The pitch, the hit, right field base hit. That one is going deep, bouncing off. And that will be a run coming in for Brenham. The 4th run, and it is now a 1-run lead as Wellman will double.
I don't think Wellman couldn't have hit better than that.
That'll bring Korn in. It is a 5-4 game as Jeffrey David goes over and taps Jackson Siosen on the back. In scoring position is Wellman. A hit here would tie the game.
Have to bring Wellman back over here and let him cool off, maybe for an extra inning.
Trying to get the number here. If that's 22, if it is, that's Bruno. And it is Colton Bruno, who is 1 for 2 tonight. And Wyatt Childress is going to head over to the mound and talk things over to Jackson Siosen. And Coach Foster coming out, and we may see another pitcher come out here for Georgetown to try to finish this one out.
I think Wellman could have possibly got a triple on that one.
He could have, but he stood there at second standing up.
He wasn't sure what to do. He was probably more excited about that RBI.
Well, you talk about where Wellman hit that one. He hit it into right field, and it goes all the way to the back of the fence. We will see a new pitcher here for Georgetown.
He's about a foot to the left
making his way.
Right foul post, right where he hit the ball.
Jackson Siosen will head off the mound, and number 9, Grant Wood, will get on the mound now for Georgetown. So this is the 3rd pitcher that we've seen tonight. This will be Grant Wood.
See if he can close this one out.
Then I guess this would be considered a save situation. That's one where I need Galen.
Yeah.
Georgetown does trail 5-4. We'll set the scenario here for you. The tying run is now at second base. That will be Wellman after that double moments ago. He also had the RBI as he brought in Jackson Korn. That was the 4th run. So he's in scoring position. Colton Burrow is the lead runner. And there is it is a believe, is that Seth Diggs out there? And for Wellman it is, if I'm not mistaken. So Diggs will run for Wellman at second. He's done that already tonight in the 6th. He came around and scored. So Diggs will actually run for Wellman at second.
Yes, number 10.
Burrow is at bat in the cleanup position, the designated hitter, who is 1 for 2 tonight. Georgetown finding themselves in a pinch here. They have got to figure it out, and this is a save situation for number 9, Grant Wood. Again, thanks for joining us here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Game 1. Boy, this has turned out to be a good one, especially if you're a Brenham Cub fan, as your Cubs trailed at one point in this ball game, 5-1. They have rallied back here, scoring 2 runs in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. And they are now 1 run away from tying this, and that tying run is at second base. Georgetown just needs 1 more out to put this one in the books and look ahead to Saturday on the road. They do not want to allow Brenham to steal one here.
Well, everyone here in Georgetown is here right now. I think the crowd's gotten bigger. Everybody texts out, hey, Georgetown has a close game here. You need to come out and watch this.
So again, as we look at Grant Wood, 33.2 innings pitched. He's played in 8 games. He started 7 of those. And trying to save this game here for the Georgetown Eagles. An ERA of 2.495. Wood, a right-handed pitcher for Georgetown, on the mound, stands with the right foot right at the center of the rubber. Georgetown 1 out away. And time is called here by Burrow. The pitch on the way. Got him for a strike, 0-1.
Right in the center of the strike zone. Wow. I was about to say, is he warm yet? Looking back at a second, but no one was there.
Oh, 0-1 the count. Taking his time. Now the pitch. This one grounds over, foul. 0-2. Georgetown 1 strike away.
Blow him up. Let's go.
Burrow in an 0-2. The fans of Georgetown getting fired up as well, but they're on their feet right now on an 0-2, Cole. I can't believe it.
They are.
Clapping loud here. The pitch on its way. This one tipped foul as it goes into the net behind him. The count remains 0-2.
At least 200-300 people here on their feet. We even got Brenham's crowd on their feet right now, hoping for a miracle.
Georgetown trying to close this one out here. Grant Wood looks over to the right, lets it fly out of the right hand, and it's too far outside. The first ball, 1-2.
Too far outside and too far up. It's not a good place. Childress goes out to talk to Grant Wood. Have a little chat about their calls. Everybody on their feet.
One and two the count here as Grant Wood looks over his right shoulder. That runner out there probably has no desire to lead off too much. He does not want to give his team a third out. Right pitch on the way, too low it goes, and now we're even again at 2-2. We've been in this situation moments ago with a different pitcher.
Grant was trying to close it out with a very fast ball. He was putting all that power into it, just causing the ball to drop down too much, hit the dirt.
Two-two. This one's going to go foul off the third base line. And the count remains at 2-2 here for Georgetown. That needs to sit about right here, Nathan. And then we can adjust it if needed. 2-2 the count. Georgetown 1 strike away. Too far outside. A payoff pitch upcoming.
Grant Woods is trying to make him swing. Whatever he can do.
Well, Burrow wants to burrow one out of this park. Whatever verb you want to use. The pitch here, this one grounds foul again, and Burrow is still battling here and is at bat. Quite a few pitches thrown his way. The payoff pitch hit foul off the first base line. Georgetown trails 5-4 here in the top of the 7th. 1 strike away. The payoff pitch again upcoming by Grant Wood, who's trying to get the save for Georgetown. Runner on second for Brenham. This one hit up, deep down, chasing it, center field, catching, Neich! Game over, good Neich! That ball popped up into the air, and Ryan Neich said good Neich to the Brenham Cubs, and Georgetown will take game 1, 5-4. We'll step aside. I'll head down, talk to our players of the game. I know Grant Wood got the save, but I think tonight we're going to talk things over with Luke Seaback and Wyatt Childress, who had a great game for Georgetown. And Cole, I will let you carry it here for a little while, and I will head down and talk to our SHN Sports Georgetown Eagles player of the game. We'll be back in a few moments.
Saturday afternoon at Glenn for a 1 p.m. start time. We will take game 1, 5-4. We thank you folks from Brenham for traveling down here to see us here at Eagle Field. Wish you the best and a safe trip home. And once again, thank our Eagle fans for being here tonight for this exciting ball game.
Well, I'm going to talk to you, Nathan, up here.
We will bid you good night, but ask you one last time, drive carefully.
Wow, what a game, guys. You know, Georgetown came in kind of leaving a little cushion to the Cubs, just knowing how they have a few losses under their belt, and them being undefeated, they were figured it would be a breeze, but you know, you can't take stuff lightly like that. Not a new team, a new, I guess, district, I would say, of playing different skill levels, different region of area that they play, and I know they met back in a tournament where Georgetown beat them by just by 1-0. It was a very close game. It was just like this, and you just can't be taking things too lightly, and hopefully they will figure that out going into the next game. As I'm tell you, Seaback had some very good defense skills tonight. Also, Wyatt Childress had 3 stolen bases, and yeah, I mean, the Cubs, they know what Georgetown has now, and Georgetown knows that Brenham can bring the heat and bring the defense, and they're definitely going to have to change some things tonight and tomorrow, and think about going into Saturday as they play. Where are they playing, Nathan? Playing at Blinn College Saturday. And
Rob Hipp down here on the field. Can you guys up in the booth hear me okay, Cole?
We can.
You got a thumb up from Cole. Down here with our SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle co-player of the game, Luke Seaback. I know on the offensive end, Luke, not a lot going on, but I want to talk about your defense tonight over at second base. You had a phenomenal slide and grab out there to really help keep the rhythm for Georgetown. Talk about this 5-4 victory tonight versus a very tough and capable Brenham Cub team.
Yeah, it was a great win. You know, Grayson went out there and he shoved it. We made plays on defense. We practice those kind of plays, so when they come in the game, it's not quite as hard as it looks. But yeah, we got some clutch hits early on. Got pretty tight at the end, but we remained calm and finished the job.
Luke, a lot of balls tonight popping up over to first base. Talk about the friendship that you have with Cole Moore playing alongside him out there near first.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing together for 2 years. We played a lot of games together, so we're pretty comfortable. We've got a pretty good chemistry over there, so not too difficult to know when whose ball it is.
On Saturday, you travel to Huntsville, or not to Huntsville, you travel to Blinn College. Brenham's going to be ready to come out and hit some balls. I know you're going to let this one sink in, but what do you guys have to improve on going into Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to get the win, but we know we got to get another one. We were in this same position last year, so we just gotta relax, let the win sink in, and then get back to work on offense and defense. Just everything we can improve on everything tonight.
Awesome. Final question here. Who do you want to send a shout out to, some love tonight, young man?
I'd like to give a shout out to my family, and also our fans tonight. They were awesome. They packed the house, so it was great.
Awesome. Luke, congratulations on the victory, 5-4. We will now bring over the catcher, Wyatt Childress, who was behind home plate doing some work. But Wyatt, we wanted to talk to you on the offensive end tonight, scoring 2 runs coming in. But every time you got out there, you got on base tonight, the stat sheet wouldn't show it because you reached on an error, you got on a walk, but you put in 3 runs. Talk about the victory tonight for your Georgetown Eagle team.
Well, it was just an all-around great team victory. We were on the barrel all night, fighting off tough pitches, and just playing defense well. Our pitchers came out, threw good. Grayson had a good quality start. Then we had Jackson come in, help us out, and then Grant come in and close us out. So that was big time for him.
I think there was a play, and correct me if I'm wrong, where you threw it over all the way from back here over to second for that pickoff out, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So talk about your arm, the way you can sling those that far, and how fast that ball travels, man, because we're up in there at the booth saying, wow, this young man can really throw them.
Yes, sir. It's just working out with Coach Brenham and, just getting good work in practice and doing what we're taught to do.
20 wins in a row now as Georgetown improves, taking game 1. Talk about how you feel going into Saturday.
We just got to treat it just like another day. Just another day on the field. That's it.
Awesome. Well, on a day, I believe I got a handwritten note from your grandparents in Missouri City. Things feel good here in Georgetown. Final question, who do you want to send a shout out to tonight, young man?
My aunts, uncles, grandparents, both sets, my family, my brother, Jennifer, my mother, and my father, Trent, and my brother, Brady.
Awesome. Well, once again, our co-player of the game, Wyatt Childress, great job tonight behind home plate, young man. We'll bring it in now. With Coach Adam Foster, Georgetown victorious. 1 point, Coach. Talk about the victory tonight, but at 1 point, Georgetown leading 5-1. Brenham came back and fought hard in this game. Things got tense there with 2 outs. I know you made some pitching changes. Coming up with the save tonight, Grant Wood. Talk about the team's performance here tonight in game 1.
Well, first of all, Brenham can flat out hit. When we knew that coming in, we knew we were going to have to minimize innings. We were going to have to work a bunch with runners on base and get a big ground ball and get some double plays. We turned 2 tonight and missed 1. Really could have been the difference in the ball game, so we got to make sure and clean that up on Saturday. But Grayson, Siosen, and Grant Wood, man, they battled it out tonight. That's a really high-pressure situation. We hadn't quite been in that in a while, and we came through. And credit to those guys because they did not go away. They could have shut it down, and they didn't.
Well, Coach, you talk about a Brenham Cub team who finished 4th in their division, but they're playing powerhouses like Tomball and Tomball Memorial. But you talked about giving them credit, but Georgetown with the victory tonight, 20 wins in a row now. What does that mean to your ball club, and more importantly, what does this Game 1 victory mean as we head into Saturday with that 1-0 record, Coach?
I'd like to tell you the streak meant something. From this time forward, man, it's all about winning the next one and not going home. So if the streak continues, great. If not, we just want to make sure that we're taking it 1 pitch at a time and winning the last game. Awesome.
Well, Coach, again, heading over to Blinn Junior College on Saturday. What are some things that you think your ball club is going to have to work on before that time?
We're going to have to get some more base runners. We did a good job tonight of getting guys on, and we left a couple guys stranded, and we can't do it against those guys because they're going to score some runs. We've got a full arsenal left. Everybody will be ready except Grayson on Saturday, and they got some more arms left too. So we'll be ready to go.
Awesome. Well, Coach, wanted to also say Galen told me to tell you a special hello. I know he's
shout out to Galen.
He's working on getting out of the hospital and getting back with. I told him, I said, Galen, you're not coming back for a while, man. So you're just going to have to keep it listening in. But Coach, a good victory tonight. We will catch up with you on Saturday. Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, once again, Coach Adam Foster, the head coach of the Georgetown Eagles, where Georgetown wins this game 5-4 on their home field. They will head over to Blinn Junior College on Saturday as the Eagles will try to keep the rally alive and go up 2-0 and take this series. We've got a special guest that will be on that call as I head back to the booth here in a few moments. I'll talk about that guest, I'll talk about the call, and we'll break this game down. Cole Smith, I'll send it back up to you and Nathan in the booth.
So like Foster said, you know, it's not about streaks anymore once you're in playoffs. Yeah, now they have a 1-0 in the playoffs, but take every pitch, every single pitch, especially with Brenham. Brenham can hit. Great hitters. And Eagles, you know, in 19-5A, I would say the hitting isn't as great as they've seen. And we saw some great bombs in the right field, a lot in the center, and right over the heads of the infielders. I mean, you really have to step up your game on defense. And you know, Grayson Smith and Jackson Seosin and Grant Wood, and they're really going to have to step it up a little bit in this playoffs. And winning by 1 point is making it a very close game. Now as Rob gets back in here. So Rob, I was in here talking about the how the streak doesn't really matter anymore now that they're in the playoffs. and Brenham's great hitting.
Well, I think the coach answered that for us as well. He said, you know, the streak is nice, but it's not what we play for. So, well, Cole, I'm just getting my breath here, so I'll be on in just a few moments.
Oh, I'm sure. Those steps where I would have to go up, it's quite far. Anyways, I would like to talk about Luke Seaback. The kid can move. The action of him on defense, and he had, I think, 3 great plays. One got out of him a little bit, and he had to reach out and actually really try to get it, but escaped his glove.
Well, you talk about it, you know, tonight it was another one of those mixed nights where you could really pick any player on the Georgetown team.
Oh,
but,
of course.
You know, you talk about on the defensive end, though, you give Brenham credit. Brenham came in here, they were trailing 5-1, really started coming alive in that 6th inning, tried to rally back in the 7th, but Georgetown still holding on here 5-4. As we break down the final numbers here for the Georgetown Eagles, improves to 1-0 in postseason play with their 20th win overall in a row. That dates back to before district season. Georgetown with 5 runs tonight, those coming on 4 hits. There were 2 men left on base. The Eagles commit 1 error for the visiting Brenham Cubs. Tonight, here, falling to Georgetown 5-4. They score 4 runs on 8 hits. Brenham, though, with 3 costly errors, they leave 3 on base. When we interviewed Coach Adam Foster, Coach Foster talked about Georgetown has got to get men on the base and get them running. Tonight, simply allowing too many hits from the Brenham Cubs. That game a little too close for comfort, Cole.
I also agree, one guy that would hit bombs.
Well, we had quite a few on the team tonight that really were, you know, doing the work, knocking them out as they had to. And that's why we picked, you know, Wyatt Childress behind the plate. He made a big defensive play also on the offensive end. You talk about Luke Seaback. You can talk about other guys, too. Cole Posey still working that shortstop position, doing the great work that he's done all season as well.
I was just going to talk about Heritage on Brenham's side, knocking it out, as Coach Foster was saying, hitting to the right field, and really hasn't seen hitters like this in 19-5A. And now they have to go up against Brenham, which has a good hit. I would say they had a lot of errors in defense, but they're bringing the hit game, which can really cause close games.
Well, Cole, as we send off the final thoughts here, wanted to talk about Saturday. A very special guest, a good friend of mine, is going to be on the call as I have to officiate a wedding on Saturday. And I don't want to say have to. I told a young lady that I would about a year ago, and I'm honored to do it. And so I've already made that promise and that commitment. As much as I want to be here on the Georgetown broadcast, I'm very honored and proud to announce that my good friend, the voice of the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA, Mr. Bill Schoening, who has been with that organization 17 years, the former voice of the Texas Longhorns, he'll be on the call Saturday at Blinn College there for Georgetown. So we're very excited, very honored, and extremely humbled that he will be there and do this game for us. It'll be a nice treat for Georgetown and hopefully a good omen to bring them a second victory. And we talk about that, the game at 1 p.m. at Blinn College. If Georgetown wins, it's over. They move on to the next round. If not, the following game will be played 30 minutes right after for the final deciding third game. Don't want to bring up things, but last year Georgetown took the first game, then lost the next two, and they were knocked out early in the first round of the playoffs. Matt Leishman and I were on that call. So we don't want to see deja vu. Georgetown, this is a team that goes 16-0 in the regular season. They win their 20th straight tonight. Things looking up. And Cole, before we sign off, final thoughts from you tonight.
Just appreciate you letting me come in and talk for the first time and do color. I know I'm a rookie here, and I'm usually behind the monitor and directing cameras and making sure the camera angles are great. But it's always nice to change it up, and I just hope Galen feels better and gets better, and our prayers are with him tonight. And watching Georgetown is always great. Very good baseball team.
Awesome, man.
I'm excited.
Well, I think stepping in here, fulfilling the role, man, you did a great job, Cole. So awesome to have you up here providing some good insight. Nathan Height tonight was our producer, as well as our scoreboard-atician. You know, you have a statistician. Can you call him a scoreboard operator?
Of course you can.
So Nathan doing some great work as well, buddy. Awesome job as always to my brother Nathan over here. Again, your happy final score from Georgetown. The Eagles win 5-4. We'll see you back on Saturday, 1 p.m. right here on SHN Sports. Remember, as I always like to say, friends, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, so provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. Until then, God bless. We will see you. Good night from Georgetown.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Hipp Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Hipp Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Hipp Network and SHNSports.com.